right, man. We back in the building. It's 410 Rise and Grind podcast. I'm Roderick.
I'm Cari.
We here, man. It's Monday again.
Yep.
How you feel?
Great, man. How you feeling?
I feel semi good. Like half my day was good. The pod, like pre-production podding is good.
Yeah.
But I feel like things leading up to the pod took a crazy turn in my life, you know?
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna let you get into that. Before we go there though, we were watching March Madness.
That's a part of that day, yeah.
What is it? Elite Eight?
Elite Eight.
Elite Eight. So we're like what, T-minus 30 minutes since the end of the Duke UConn game, maybe?
Yeah.
So yeah, we caught the ending of that all-timer of a game. UConn Huskies, Duke Blue Devils. Mm-hmm. Came down to basically the last 0.3 seconds.
Literally the wire. The wire.
You know what I mean? So we're fresh off of that. So I know that's probably weighing on you as well. You know, we watched Duke get eliminated on some crazy shit too. Like they shouldn't even been in that situation. That's the funniest part. But
yep.
That's March Madness for you though, bro.
There's layers. You want me to get into it?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, the layers. All right. Sunday was cool. I did miss church on Sunday just because I had some family business to take care of.
Leo said you needed to go this past week.
Yeah. There were quite a few people that heard episode 409 and felt as though I needed cleansing on Sunday.
That's crazy.
I will be back in the building on Easter. I'm not a holiday Christian. I'm not just there on Easter, but I will be making my reappearance on Easter.
The return on Easter.
Yeah. That's crazy that like you're saying it like that, and it's not about me at all.
Not about Jesus.
Yeah, I'm about to start putting flyers up. Then my return to church is coming on. That's crazy. Even though it's Jesus' return.
Right, exactly.
My resurrection to church is coming Sunday.
It's more important.
That's nasty. And guys, listen, this is Cari, you're only giving the people that told me I need to go to church more fuel.
Yeah, my fault, gang.
But no, I missed church today only because Mom Dukes and I actually called Mom Dukes on her. I wouldn't call it BS, but I pulled Mom Dukes' card. She called me and she was like, look, Glenn, that's my mom's boyfriend. She was like, Glenn got me tickets to the NCAA tournament for women. I believe it was Elite Eight for them too. Or Sweet 16, Elite Eight, one of those two.
Yeah, I think both, yeah.
And at that point, there was still like set to be like a lineup of games that day, not just one. It ended up just being one today at noon. But she had like a bunch of to be announced games that were supposed to be set on Sunday. And she asked me like, hey, look, I need you to come take care of your grandmother. My grandmother lives with my mom. And my first words to my mother was, you want me to miss church to go watch them dribble basketballs? That's what you want me to do? She bust out laughing. I was dead serious. I was all serious. But had to take care of that, which no problem. Love being with my grandma. Don't get to see her as much as I used to. Of course, being little, you get older, work, time flies by, you get busy. But that's nothing for me. Spent the day over there with her. Watched some good basketball. Ate. Mom Dukes made food like before she left, so I already knew I was gonna be set over there. I got everything that I need. But as she was coming back, I rode with my girl there because I mean I don't know, she just drove. But we leave. And I handle some business at the crib, and it's time for me to go do the pod. I jump in my car. My car is not turning over. I did have a weekend, like I went to the hibachi, and while I'm pulling up to the hibachi, my car starts like rattling, like loud. I have not heard my car rattle like I've had tons of car problems with this vehicle. Never heard my car rattle this loud. But I can hear when I'm starting it and where the rattle's coming from. I'm going like, all right, this is not my engine, nothing like that. So I'm good. That's why I knew like, all right, you're all right. But I get in the car and start it today. It doesn't come on. So then I'm like, fuck, was I wrong? Was it the engine?
Okay.
Didn't have time to think about any of that. Just jumped in another car, got to the pod. But I'm fucked up in my head because I know this is going to cost me some money. Like bare minimum, I have to pay to get rid of whatever that sound is.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if this sound is attached to the car not starting, if those are two separate things. I'm hoping, even if it is two separate things, I'm hoping to get those two things taken care of. I don't want to get in there and they're like, you blew it.
You blew it.
Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
the thing is, it doesn't matter what you blew. if your car mechanic tells you, if they tell you blew it, it's fucked. No Diddy. I don't know how they all came out weird, but I don't want to blow a gasket. I don't want to blow a tire. I don't want to blow anything.
You don't want to blow nothing when it comes to the whip.
I don't want to blow anything anyway.
True.
I don't want to blow anything anyway.
Yeah, true. Not even a bubble.
Yeah, a bubble, a kneecap, like nothing. But that wasn't starting, so I've already gotten that panicky feeling like you've got car problems. Even if you're gonna get them fixed, you have potentially expensive problems headed your way.
It's a hassle, right?
It's a hassle,
just
man.
the thought of it.
And I talked to Cari. I don't want people lining like my stuff up, but like my direct deposit is coming soon. Like, don't try to come do that right when.
They say that's normally how I go.
Yeah, like your car knows when you're about to get some more money.
Yeah.
All right, nigga, fix this thing.
Taxes hit. Check hit.
Yeah, I've been turned up. I still ain't done my taxes.
Shit, you got like, what, 2 more weeks or so?
What?
April 15th, nigga.
Oh my God.
It's the same day every year.
But my mom's boyfriend does.
For your entire life.
I usually see, the thing is, last year, they told me, I got some money last year, but they told me why I didn't get as much. And I didn't make those changes in this year. So like I already know I'm not going to get as much. And I only got extra last year due to some sort of like college credit that I can't claim anymore after last year. So the reason why I haven't turned them in is because in my head, I'm like, nigga, you're not getting shit anyway. So I usually am anxious to get that bread. So I do it by January, early February. I just haven't been super anxious this year. Thank God I've been good. But at the same time, like I knew there was nothing crazy coming, or maybe I don't, but I'm just insinuating. So I haven't done those. But yeah, I mean, money flying out. But I move on. I get here to the pod. I'm a bit shaken up off of my car. My mood is in a bit of a rockier place than it was when I thought I was on my way here the first time. Show up right as I'm pulling up. My older sister, who is a Duke fan, like I'm a Duke fan, messaged me and said, fuck, I knew something was wrong. I had been in between mom, grandma's place, then back to my place, then in my car. So hadn't been too locked in, maybe the last 30 minutes of it. She texted me, fuck. So I was like, all right, something's gone wrong. I get in here. We're probably down to maybe the last 2 minutes of the game. And the Boozer Bros blow it. They don't blow it, but just tough decision making through a turnover. UConn puts up a prayer and puts us away. So now my mood is even more sunk in.
Yeah, brother.
But we pre-podded, play some tracks. I'm ready to pod. I'm in the mood. Podding always gets me back in the mood, So we're gonna power through this. And hopefully tomorrow my car power's on.
Yeah, I really do hope, that you don't have too much of a complicated, I guess, fix or issue in resolving that. I hope it's smooth. Hope it don't hit your pockets, man. Hope it's not a hassle because, yeah, that could be frustrating, especially on a pay week, but just in general. Like, you never want to have car problems. That's one of the, things I would never wish that on anybody, bro. That's one of, the worst things ever, for real.
You just said something. Like, when you said I would never wish that on anybody, Car problems are that bad. And I don't know why I've never wished it on any of my ex bitches. Like, that's probably one of the worst things you could wish on somebody. And I hope she doesn't listen to this pod. But I broke up with one of my exes. And then when we finally caught up, she let me know somebody stole her catalytic converter. Oh my God. Oh my God. I almost tipped them niggas. I almost tipped them niggas.
You crazy.
I was like, oh my God, you lost 30 bands, 15 bands? But yeah,
yeah, you're sick, bro.
No, I'm about to go home and get on my knees and pray for car troubles for some people.
Nah, that's crazy. That's really crazy.
But how's your weekend been?
Yeah, bro, pretty smooth. Friday, just work, was relaxing. I spent most of the weekend just relaxing, catching up on sleep, being lazy, watching college basketball like I said I would do. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think it was games each day.
Whether girls or boys, you're going to catch one of them.
Yeah, and I was watching both men and women, so, that was pretty cool. Saturday, I did have a little, social networking event that I pulled up to. One of the homies was hosting that, so that was dope. It was sort of like social networking event is the best way to describe it, but the kick was you had to bring a vinyl that was like basically your tax to get in. So that was super dope, because everybody got to bring vinyl. You got to play your specific vinyl that you brought. So I thought that was a really dope concept and idea just to not only interact and network and meet new people. I was passing out business cards and shit for the pod. So like hearing people's stories, but then like really getting to connect with them through the music, seeing what type of style and music that they like. So you heard everything from clips to Neptunes, Jameson. I brought a Slick Rick track. That's why I'm gonna go with Song of the Week with that, because I played that over the weekend. So yeah, just pretty super just dope weekend. But like I said, I was really just chilling, relaxing. I meant to do some yard work, still haven't got to that yet, and I'm just dreading it because the grass is growing.
When you said meant to do some yard work,
and I need to get out there,
I knew immediately the yard work hadn't been finished.
Yeah, bro, definitely didn't get to the yard work, but I'm gonna have to do it. I think I said this last episode. I'm gonna have to do it during the week now, just because it's getting out of hand. At least the backyard, and we got a little rain over the past weekend, and we're supposed to get more rain this week. So I'm trying to get it all lined up, get it cut, throw the weed killer and everything, the fertilizer, all of that on there. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me though, man. Like I said, nothing, just really relaxing, chilling, cooling, just enjoying my time this weekend.
Okay. I'm telling you, man, if you ever get too lazy, man.
What, bro?
Man, just let me know. I'm gonna send my boy over here, bro.
What you mean?
Then you do that little landscaping. He gonna get that yard right, fertilizing.
Oh, what's his name? Hector?
Whoa.
What? What bro named Hector?
That's my last guy. This guy's black, which is why I'm saying.
Okay.
This guy's deal.
Come on, bro. I thought it was still Hector.
Whoa.
I thought Hector was still out there slanging. No, you said Hector went to the A.
Yeah, he went to the A.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to Hector.
Yeah, man. Stay the fuck out of my business, nigga. How about that? How about you do that? That's why y'all told me to pray. Oh my God. I flooded this podcast, last pod, with, what is the word?
With shenanigans.
Okay, yeah. We'll say shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans is the
Get
best
that nigga
word.
the shenanigans then. But nevertheless, back in the building. Was that it for your weekend?
Yeah, that was it for me, bro.
All right, man. Do you have any intros? Anything you want to talk about before we get in here?
Not this week. Not this episode. Nah. March Madness is what I started with earlier. That's really all I had on my mind coming in. But nah, I'm good. What about you? Anything?
A question before I answer.
Yeah.
With Duke out, you all Michigan? You Michigan to the end now?
Nah, I'm gonna really go for UConn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
I like UConn. Like even going back to, of course, Kimba. When Kimba was there, but when Shabazz Napier had his run, I was really a huge fan of him.
Okay.
And then they won like the last two of the last three, I think. And I think, what's his name? Hurley is the coach. I like him, even though.
Bobby Hurley?
Nah, the son, Dan.
Okay.
Dan, I think. Yeah, but a lot of people give him hell because, they say he arrogant and all that, but I fuck with bro. I feel like the players like love to play for him. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna probably go for UConn. You going for Michigan though?
Oh yeah, I just think they got the best squad.
Who is it? It's Michigan, Illinois, and
UConn
then
and
Arizona.
I don't know.
I think Arizona.
Yeah, I just watched that. What was that? Michigan, Tennessee. Really? Who was that they played?
Michigan, Tennessee.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was Tennessee.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Them boys gonna win.
Yeah, man, it's been dope this year though. Like men and women, some good basketball that's being played on both sides. Man, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, I can't remember who. It was a girls' game yesterday. That was insane close. And then UConn, they smacked shit today.
LSU lost.
Okay, that might have been it. That might have been it. Yeah, but yeah, UConn. I forgot who they were playing today. They smacked that.
Yeah, bro. The women on UConn's women basketball, bro, it's like a cheat code every year.
Yeah. Gino can't lose.
Gino every year.
Gino ain't losing shit,
bro.
man.
He done been to like the 8-4 like 20 plus times.
Why would you even leave? Like that's the thing. Like
that's crazy.
Why? When do I even retire?
Yeah, man. It's either him or South Carolina. But yeah, some good basketball been played this year though.
All right, man. Let's move on. Let's get straight into the pod.
All right.
Let's talk music. Cari, Kanye West's Bully actually dropped on Friday. Well, actually, no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Come on now.
It dropped on Saturday morning or afternoon.
I was gonna say. Kanye West is a freaking liar.
Yeah, but let's talk that though.
He's a liar, bro.
Is that what you gonna call him a liar?
Yeah, there's another person I'm gonna call a liar. I got some good things to say about Ye, but I have to start with calling him a liar.
Okay,
he's a liar. Bully did not come out. Wednesday, 10 Pacific time.
Now he said Bully on the way.
I don't start this shit.
Look, if I'm being honest, I think all I remember coming straight from the horse's mouth was Bully on the way.
Don't start that shit, bro.
But the rest of the world, along with myself and Cari, I'm sure we're looking for the album. I'm not saying anybody stayed up, waited, because I don't know what you did. But we're looking for that album at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Ye's Bully was absolutely nowhere to be found. I saw somebody like on a stream that tapped in with somebody that knew Kanye. And they had to kind of like pause the stream to talk to who they were talking about. And this is when I knew. They were like, hey, look, we just talked to them and they said Bully is definitely coming out. But they said, y'all can go ahead and go to sleep though.
Like your boss telling you to clock out.
Yeah, they were like, but you can rest assured it's coming out, but y'all can go ahead and go to sleep for the night.
So didn't he have a listening event or session?
He had multiple listening events. He had so many across the world,
right.
But he was actually present at the Los Angeles one.
Okay.
And he did preview every track, I believe, from the album. And there was a track called Mission Control that got played. And he didn't preview them, he played them all. He played Mission Control, but I don't think that one made the album. But yes, he got those listening sessions off, and people were expecting the album to come out after. There was no album. You wake up in the morning, and I can remember because on the weekends, you might get up and you might be up for a couple of minutes, and then you just go right back to sleep for a little bit. I got up, it was still like 6 or 7 in the morning at that point. And I don't know what told me to check my social media. It was probably because Ye's my favorite artist, and I've been waiting on that shit. I got on, and I saw his account had posted that the album was out. And it was a Spotify link, and I don't use Spotify. I have a Spotify, but I don't really use it. Plus, me being the Kanye head that I am, I had every song downloaded probably 15 minutes after the listening sessions were over. And I've had the album, just not the no AI version of it. It was out on Spotify. Then we get to maybe 12 noon, 1, 2, something like that in the afternoon. And it's out on Apple. So we got a Saturday release. I I still think that's early by Kanye. I'm being honest because Cari.
Come on.
No, I'm not trying to give him no benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying, like in any other instance, this wouldn't have dropped, and this would have. I swear to God, when it didn't drop or I didn't see it at 11 p.m. our time, I was like, oh, he got us. Now he's about to start the rollout. Like now, like there's no album coming. Like that shit's not happening.
Yeah, I still didn't think we were gonna get it this week.
I didn't think we were getting it at all. Saturday came and it was on Spotify. I still didn't think it came to Apple. I thought he was gonna do that fuck Apple shit and let it rock in other places. Then it comes out that afternoon on Apple.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and go to my music so I can grab this. This is 18 songs, 42 minutes.
Nice.
You want me to talk first, or you wanna go first on the album? How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, we can piggyback. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, initially, so after I get past I necessarily wasn't waiting for it, but I was checking. Obviously, I checked. I was up Thursday night, so I checked. I realized it wasn't there. I was like, okay. But I went to sleep. I was like, I'm not finna play these games with Kanye or Stove God, which I'm going to get to later on because he's a liar too.
Stove God, I believe, felt the Kanye West pressure.
Okay.
I'll give him that. Like, yeah, I don't want to drop on the week Kanye West drops.
I don't either, but say that before 3:27 gets here. But anyways, so, you know, I go to sleep, wake up Saturday. I think when I first woke up as well, it still wasn't there, but I had saw that people were saying it was on Spotify. So I knew at this point at least, like, all right, we're going to get the album. You know what I mean?
I wasn't confident.
Nah, yeah. I was like, okay, I don't think bro is just going to put this bitch up on Spotify and the other platforms don't get it eventually. I didn't know the timing, but I was like, all right, we're going to get it. But still, it wasn't on Apple yet. So I just went to sleep or just got back to doing whatever I was doing. So then I think finally, it's maybe when you had finally just sent it out to us, or maybe I checked on my own. I really don't necessarily remember. But I finally get the album and press play. And just like I said in the last episode, bro, I was approaching this album with, you know, open ears, open expectations, really wasn't expecting much, was just going to listen to it. So I'm coming to this album free, like truly free as hell, and just ready to experience something good. I haven't heard any leaks. I stayed away from the leaks. You hadn't sent me leaks like we normally had before, so I haven't heard none of these tracks at all.
I sent one from the I sent the intro that we played, Punch Drunk. I sent that to you guys on Instagram.
But I
during
didn't
the
play
listening
it.
session.
I didn't play it.
Oh, okay, good for you. Okay,
yeah,
good for you.
Play it. Yeah, you right, but I didn't play that. So I say all that to say, like, when I hit play for the first time and I listen to the album, I'm really enjoying it, bro. Like, I really like the way that Kanye sounds. To me, it's kind of like a nigga who been so far away from home, finally returning home and maybe like trying to find his palette again.
I agree.
I felt like he went back to some of the original sounds, like just cutting them samples and just sounding like the original Kanye that we always love. Like, to me, it just sounded like, you know, this was a project I realized that he's had for like 3-4 years that he really sat and took his time with. I saw some behind the scenes of the cover shoot with Saint.
Mm-hmm.
Not realizing that was in 2024.
And I didn't realize until this year that was Saint.
That was Saint. I just found it out this weekend.
Yeah.
Swear to God, from this behind the scenes. So all these things, I'm just putting it together, right? But no, bro, I really like the way it sounds. Again, I think it's Kanye just being free, being open, trying to find his palette, getting back to the original things that I think works for him always, right? Yeah. This wasn't him trying to force anything. So you don't necessarily have it sound commercial because there's no features and things like that, which I didn't mind. Like, I didn't care that Kanye's on here by himself mostly, and you know, you don't have like
the big features.
Yeah, you don't have sort of like that commercial like sound and push behind it. I didn't really care. Like, to me, again, I went into it just being open and free, and I really was excited about what I heard. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of replay value. My only, I guess, knock is I do think that, and I don't know, because again, I didn't follow the listening sessions or any of the like pre-promo. But I had a question. I'm like, a lot of these songs are short, 1-2 minutes. So I don't know if they're finished or if that was the approach. That's my only concern. I would just ask that question if I could. Like, were these songs finished, you know, or did you just kind of put them out because they're short, but bro, like they sound good. I can tell that they were worked on for a long time, but I'm like, why don't certain songs have an extra verse or some things like that, you know? But outside of that, bro, I really don't have too many negative things to sound. I really think this is a good project. I think the replay value is there. I think the production is there. And I think, yeah, he really, you know, delivered here.
I do, before I go into like the whole review, I do think the songs were short for some reason on purpose. Okay. Just because I did follow the process making of this album. Yeah. And most of these beats have been in the tuck for years.
Okay, that's fine. The only reason why I sort of like question that, and at least have, I guess, some sort of concern.
Oh, and I felt it too. I was like, damn, these songs are short.
Yeah, but it reminded me of one of the projects that you don't necessarily like a lot, and that's the Ye project. And the same thing because you felt like those are a lot of rushed, unfinished demos that he kind of just put out. So I'm thinking that, and I'm like,
that's the 7-track era.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, that can't be the same thing here on Bully because these don't necessarily sound like unfinished demos, but they do sort of sound like unfinished tracks, if that makes sense, if y'all follow me. But again, I don't necessarily think that's a negative thing. It's just something that I like immediately like heard as I was listening to it.
Some of those I do think are a bit rougher than usual. And what I will say is, because I've heard the whole process of this thing, I do think Kanye cashed in on more reputable features in some places that he could have had the better track. Like the song Circles, because I even said, we talked about this before, and I hate being this guy because we talked about it. I heard the song Circles before, and the reason why I don't feel bad about saying it is because he played a totally different version of Circles during the listening party. I don't know if you heard the version I played during pre-production. It has this crazy beat on it and everything. The one that I told you, like, oh damn, like I felt like I had the Ye ear because I had that instrumental on me. Yeah. He had that all the way up through. There's a beautiful beat on it too, I would say. And when we got the album, it's this totally different beat with Don Toliver on it. And I knew Don Toliver was on it early, but he had changed it to something that I felt like was better. But I do feel like here he did want the look of Don Toliver and cashed in the reputable feature where there could have been the better track.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, but I was just touching that one part. All in all, I think this album is really strong. I think a couple of things I would change, but I'm not Ye. The original track list that he had come out, and not necessarily the songs, because all those songs really came out. The original track listing sequence is what I had downloaded in my files, and that's the way I had been playing it. I think sequence the way he put like on his Instagram page or whatever, that list, I think that's way more cohesive than the way it came out. And I've been playing it that way, so much so that when it finally came out and I played it the way he has it track listed now, I was like, damn, like I'm kind of upset he did it that way, or that he changed his mind. Right. But like you said, I do think this is something fresh for Kanye. It feels like he's testing different things or trying what he likes to re-enter. And on that same note that you said something like that, I think this was Kanye's first album in a really, 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 really long time, just trying to make and produce and compose records that feel good and are good, as opposed to trying to take all of his time to push the needle of music forward. Like, this is the first album I've heard from him in a while that I was like, oh, this isn't experimental. He's not trying to change the sound of anything or take anybody in this new, different direction. Kanye is really just trying to push out good records with this.
I agree.
I think the beats are really strong. Now, of course, it's Kanye, and we say that every time. But as I play these songs, and I've played this album probably 6 or 7 times over now. I actually laughed at myself during pre-production when I was going back through the music to see how many times I played it. About 6 or 7. But I just think the beats are incredible. Like I love the Punch Drunk beat. The word on the road is that him and Northwest made that beat together. Okay. All the Love. I love the beat on All the Love. I think I Can't Wait at this point is my favorite beat right now. Sisters and Brothers has like this rattle on it. I almost sent it to you, but I didn't want you to think I was like fanning over it. That rattle on Sisters and Brothers is the same kind of rattle. It's just Timbaland's beat is better, but the shit that we talked about like on those Aaliyah tracks, the way he goes with those beats, like I can hear it on that song ringing. It's just in a totally different way. I like a lot of these tracks. The only one that I really don't like is the Last Breath track, the one with Peso Pluma. I'm not the biggest fan. He does go in and out Spanish, but that's probably the reason why.
Yeah, I'm remembering that one now.
There are features on here, but they're very, very, very dialed back as compared to like Donda or The Life of Pablo.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, those almost feel more like a compilation album. Of course, those are Ye solo albums, but the criticism that he gets sometimes is like, damn, like those aren't your album. Like you just got everybody else rapping on there. Which I don't, but I see where it comes from. This one truly feels like he kind of went at it alone, even though he has features. I forgot his name, Andre Troutman. Yeah. But this one really feels like Kanye went at it alone, and this is why I was telling the guys, like, right now, I kind of do have this over Donda coming out. I think Donda may have better records, but when I think about a solo performance from Kanye as opposed to the really large feature, Lil Baby, The Weeknd, he's like Vori, that I think he put a stronger performance on by himself right here.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably argue, you said that it sounds like he approached it alone. I would say he probably was alone.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Phase, I mean, there were probably a lot of people who didn't want any association, and I'm speaking in general terms. We know that there were a lot of people that didn't want association here. So I think that definitely plays into it, which is why what I said, like, I think it was kind of him, and you agreed as well, like just trying to reestablish who Kanye is, go back to your palette, your originality, which is why I said, like, you hear the great production in the beats, you hear those samples that are cut so neat where it's like, bro, only Ye could pull a sample from that beat, because it'd be like the smallest part of the song, a part where, like, if you listen to the original song, you probably wouldn't even hear it. You would skip over it the first time because it's not like what you would think would be the cut. It's usually like this most random part in the song, bro, right? He flipped into a beat. I think it's just insane. So you hear a lot of that. One song that I really like was Mama's Favorite. You hear Donda on that.
Yep.
From it's like the recording from when they were sitting in the kitchen on the documentary.
She said that he makes music like Michael Jordan shoots free throws.
Yep. Preacher Man is a hell of a song, bro.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, hell of a song. There's like a run. So after, I love All of the Love as well. Punch Drunk there. But from like 7 to like 13, bro, 14, 15. Like it's just really good music. And it's funny you mentioned something earlier about the sequencing. Again, I didn't hear any leaks, anything prior, so I don't know how things were set up prior. I know you said that you've been listening to it a certain way, you're used to that. So when you heard it, it sounded different to you. I just want to point out, it's funny that you say that, because when I'm listening to the album for the first time, I'm like, damn, I love the way this album is sequenced, you know, because this is all that I know, this is all that I heard. So I'm only making that, you know, bringing that to light to just say, like, it's just funny, like, how people hear things differently, you know, how you've already heard it prior, so you're going to have different feelings. Again, I'm coming to it fresh, and having a different, you know, approach towards it. So I just wanted to point that out to say, like, that was funny to me.
My biggest thing about the sequencing, and I don't think the sequencing is bad here, Sisters and Brothers was the intro. So when I play that track, it sounds like an album intro to me. The Sisters and Brothers and all of my like that.
Yeah, the beat changed.
It came in like an intro to me, and I was like, oh, he kicking this bitch off right. And then he moves it to 8. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and he had, I think it was Sisters and Brothers, and then Whatever Works came right after that. So he went straight from intro to like, and Whatever Works is one of those I'm spitting bars Kanye track. So I was, he had me going early.
Yeah, so like for me, like 4 to 7, because Sisters and Brothers I do like. It's a great beat, but it is a sort of different like abrasiveness to it.
Yeah.
It almost like sounds like rock.
Just kick it off. That's what I was thinking.
So I can understand if that was the first song and you hear it at 8, right after you've already heard Punch Drunk, Whatever Works, Mama's Favorite, and then you hear that, and then you go to Bully and Highs and Lows and I Can't Wait. I can see how that would be a little off, but at the same time, for me, it was fresh. I liked it. And I think it's a really good project, bro. So one thing, you know, I think the guy said it, or I can't remember who specifically, was like,
I think it was Pat and Hop.
Yeah, that one of them said it like they didn't think they would go back to it or they wouldn't play it again. And I disagree. Like, I think the songs are good enough here where the replay value is present. I think, again, you know, if you just want to go back and have an album that's easy to listen to, it's 18 songs, only less than 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So to me, it was like an easy listen. And I was actually shocked. Like, I was like, okay, it got to the end of the album and it's looping back. And normally I'm like, all right, I heard it. You know, let me move on to the next one. I was letting this shit loop. I was like, bro, like this how really like a good listen. I let it loop like 2-3 times, just sitting there. So yeah, bro, I was really I don't want to say shocked, but I guess I can say it was refreshing. That's a perfect word for me. It was refreshing because I went into it again with no expectations. But it was refreshing to know that, at least from a music standpoint, it seems like Ye is in a place where he's trying to find himself again, right? Maybe, but also I think he's in a good space. This is good music. He's working with his daughter. I think that's good. He's working by himself, only pulling features that sound good. CeeLo Green, Don Toliver, Travis Scott, Andre Troutman.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's very different. I like this time around.
But yeah, I'm a really, really big Kanye fan. So when the guys gave that review in the message, I couldn't say anything. Because then it would have just looked like I was fanning for my guy, like just hoping y'all loved it. But I was like, you know what? Because my first instinct was like, y'all niggas bugging.
Yeah, that's why I stay out the group when it be shit like that. Like Cold Drop, nigga, I didn't talk for like a week.
That's why I just sent the album and went away.
Yeah.
But that my first instinct was like, man, y'all thought niggas tripping.
Yeah.
But for me, I do think I think he does rap. Like, This Is a Must, Father, Punch Drunk, Whatever Works. There's songs for rap. Like, I think he has some deeper cuts on there. The Highs and Lows, White Lines, those. He got songs that you could even like. I've already been hearing Beauty and the Beast on the radio, even though I don't know. I get it. That's the one that he's had out and finished and polished and heard everybody review and say it was great already, and that's why we're running it. But if I'm Kanye and I'm actually shooting towards radio airplay, yeah, you got to give me either Punch Drunk, All the Love. Punch Drunk or All the Love is one of the, like, those are the two that.
All the Love go crazy, bro.
All the Love is not like one of those ones for me that's like, oh, just a Kanye rap favorite or something.
Yeah. And I don't want to say this because it's going to sound like I'm comparing the songs. But I know what you're saying as far as like the feeling and the type of song that it is. But I think Kanye Flashing Lights, although like he rapped good
I agree.
there, it wasn't like a rap hit.
This is the song you hear.
Like a pop.
This is a pop song,
Yeah.
a soundtrack song.
Exactly.
This is something that you like. I make this example a lot, guys. This is a song that is made to play in the background while you're shopping at Dillard's or Penny's. Or like, there's different tracks for different things. And I do think, even though it's not one of my like rap favorites from Kanye, I think All the Love has probably the most replay value on this album.
Yeah, bro, that's a really good song. Like, that's why I say it's songs on here where I'm like, come on. Like, that's a great song.
Do you have a favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite yet. Let me go back to
my favorite for sure, and I'm sure you've already seen me say this on Twitter. White Lines. Before that song was called Home by Myself, I've had that song saved for maybe 2 years. Before it was the AI version. I didn't know until maybe like a year ago that it was AI. But that song is absolutely amazing to me. The original version had the Stevie Wonder actual like vocals, and I can't remember if he was doing Dick Clark or if he was doing American Bandstand or one of those, but Stevie Wonder had like a live show that he did that track on, and he's playing with the voice tube as the early auto-tune. He has the voice tube sticking out of his mouth playing the track, and that's where this whole song that Andre Troutman redid the vocal. He still had to get that cleared, but you can still hear the clapping. That's the type of stuff that you were talking about. The applause in that song is still the authentic applause from that show.
Yeah.
But Stevie is one of my favorites. The Kanye Stevie is something that I never, ever in a million thought I would hear. And when I finally heard that a couple years ago, I was like, oh, shit. Frank Ocean redid that track on Blonde, and it was one of my favorite tracks. Kanye to redo it, Stevie on it, like that. Honestly, even into 2026 in the Ye era or whatever we call it, Bully era, that is one of my favorite Kanye West songs of all time.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. It's called the vocoder. Is that what they call it?
Vocal, something like that. Yeah, whatever I always called it a voice tube, but maybe
voice tube, vocoder, whatever it's called. But yeah, it's like I was so. Again, I don't want to say shocked because it's Kanye West, but I was just, it felt good to hear him use that on so many of the songs, bro. It made me think of the Herbie Hancock tape Sunlight, because on that album, it's like a 5-6 track disc. A jazz album, but he uses the vocoder or whatever it's called, the entire album. So I'm playing this Kanye and I'm like, bro, like it just gives you that feeling, that soulful feeling. And again, it's just some certain like sample cuts. I'm like, bro, it's only certain people that could pull that can hear that type of sound. So yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out because I forgot on how many songs he actually used that throughout the album. That was really dope to hear.
It's called a talk box. That's what it's called, like right here. Yeah, the
talk box. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically like Computer Love. If y'all need an example, the way that they sound on Computer Love, the way they're making the voice sound, that's what we're talking about. It's like a tube connected to the damn instrument, and they basically blow into it like a breathing treatment.
and I don't know if people are realizing this is just Kanye being Kanye. Like the history that he went down with this bitch. He had Andre Troutman do the record, which to my knowledge is either the brother or son of Roger Troutman from Roger and Zapp, the inventor of the tube.
That's crazy.
So like this shit from the source.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and to get him on it honestly, there's no question why that shit sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Like your father invented that. But all in all, yeah, I don't want to just 110 AF rank, but I do think that this is a really good album, bro. Right now.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And I honestly, even though it's Kanye, I didn't expect it to be this good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Like, if it was going to be this good, I was ready to accept it. But I was really, although I approached it with no expectations, in the back of my mind, I was really like already expecting to kind of be let down.
Me too.
More than being surprised or, feeling a type of way about it. But yeah, I'm completely like on a whole different spectrum here. Like, I'm almost blown away by how much I enjoy this album in this moment for Kanye West.
Same.
I think that's the point I need to like make people understand more. It's not about me not thinking the guy can't produce or will produce things like that. It's like all of the shit that's surrounding him, all of the things that are going on in his personal life, he was able still to lock in and give us this. That's what I'm like shocked about.
I do think you usually get the best of Kanye when like he's in the worst of trouble.
I mean, we say that about a lot of people, like athletes, you know what I'm saying, entertainers.
Chris Brown.
Their back is against the wall. Like, yeah, we have those talks all the time. So I'm not too surprised. But again, like this could have went still so different and left with Kanye, even with him maybe coming back and being accepted again. Like he still could have fucked this up easily.
For sure.
And he didn't. So like you got to applaud that. You know what I mean? But yeah, all in all, good, really good listen for me, bro. Bully wasn't on the way, then it was on the way.
Bully here.
And now Bully is officially here.
And yeah, with the son, like with the Saint part, the only reason why I knew that was Saint, I saw him talking about the album, and they were like, what is the deal behind Bully? And that's why you got so much Saint on the album. I guess Saint was just doing something with a person or an animal or something, and I guess he was being overly aggressive, and Kanye just looked at that and he was like, damn, Saint, you a bully. The reason for the album. And then I saw, like you said, the photo shoots. I had no idea that was him on the cover. Like I thought this was just like a random picture of a random nigga. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, all in all, I'm pretty impressed, man.
Yep, for sure that.
Moving on, the gutsy guy. You had to have a lot of guts to know the surroundings of the week and still drop. But is Yeet the new king of the teens, Corey?
Maybe
is he the new Yachty, the king of the teens?
Yeah, we can give Yeet that title. That's fair.
But Yeet put that cape on and decided if there was anybody that was gonna head up like this week, it was gonna be him. And he dropped his new project, ADL.
Yeah, ADL, man, we're looking at 21 songs, an hour and 2 minutes in total. And before we go, I just want to say and speak to what you just said in your intro, talking about artists, having the guts, having the glory, having the balls to stand up against one of the greats and drop your album on the same day as Kanye 327. For some people, it's worked out. For some people, it sounds like a good idea. For Yeet, you couldn't be more goofy.
Yeah, okay. I was waiting to see where you were going with
Like, come on, bro. Like, Yeet, bro. Like, what are we doing here, bro? We couldn't push this album up, back, whatever y'all want to do.
I can understand if he has a cult fan base that is not also a part of Kanye's cult fan base.
Look, the only reason why I say that is because normally anytime Yeet drops, right, when he's by himself or even if there's other people dropping, I always play Yeet album. I'm going to give Yeet a spin for sure, always.
The social space is a frenzy when he drops.
Yeah, they'll damn near force you to play it. Absolutely, I agree. I'm saying that to say that this weekend, nigga, all I played was Kanye West.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, that's where I'm coming like, yo, it's all right to drop when other niggas drop, you know what I mean? Maybe niggas that's in your league right now, but Kanye dropped, bro. Like, I haven't played any of these tracks on this album. I'm sorry to say that about Yeet.
Yeah, and it goes to what I'm saying before, not necessarily your point, but going to what I said before. If you have a totally different style and niche, that there's a different type of fan drawing to you as opposed to Kanye West, then it makes sense for you to still release your album. Even if, like, if you think back to the Born Sinner Yeezus days, you can argue that J. Cole and Kanye are of the same ilk. But by 2013, the content of these albums are so totally different that Kanye's up in this way commercial, like, creative space, and we have Cole that's on the conscious backpacker type of side. There's a totally different fan going over there. Back then, we were going to Cole before we were headed to Yeezus because we were on that side. Yeet is of the same type of music Kanye. He's up right down the family tree. Like,
he's literally, if we're talking the album that came out in 2013, Yeezus, he's a direct recipient of that.
I was just about to say, Cari, it goes on this tree: Kanye, Travis Scott, Playboy Cardi, Yeet. Nigga, you can't drop music today. Right. Like, even just out of respect, you can't drop today.
Like, today's not your day, bro. I don't give a damn how long y'all had that day. Just being real, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny because we love Yeet. We play the music, right? You know, we've had our critiques and critical things to say about him, but that's anybody. But this just wasn't a smart decision. The more the weekend went on and I realized again how much this Kanye was just looping, I'm like, bro, I really don't care about anything else this weekend.
There was a point, Corey, that as the Potter in me, I was like, I gotta get to that Yeet album. No matter what, before I sit down in this seat on Sunday, I gotta get to that Yeet album.
Right.
And I'm telling you, Cari, like in between this, I've played so much Kanye. I was like, I even went back and played My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy just off of the album.
This nigga spiraling.
Cari, it was at that point. It was at that point I was sure I wasn't getting to the Yeet album. I've gone back to My Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Cari,
This nigga deep diving.
Cari, I bullshit you not. I hope I can get this open. I have full plays of Kanye's album on my other phone. At least 2 or 3 plays on my other phone.
Yeah.
I'm not getting to that Yeet album.
More of the story. Damn, Yeet.
And this is the thing that albums really get caught up in. Because we're music guys, I think we might get there soon. But Cari, to the masses, this is why it's such an error to release an album on the same week as someone like this.
Yeah.
Because this album is going to run for so many weeks. That Cari, the masses, there's a lot of a population that might not get to this album. Same thing, like I always bring back the 2018 Daytona, that stuff. A lot of niggas never got to Testing by A$AP Rocky because we went straight from there to Duppy Freestyle to a Surgical Summer and all. Like a lot of niggas never ever press play on that album,
Right.
Because there was something so much bigger going on. Yeet, you are a rising star in rap. You don't want a moment to pass by. Like all of these moments are critical in you coming up. This was an error in judgment.
Especially now because you remember the last conversation we had about Yeet.
Yes.
Was about what we're talking about right now. It's like, okay, you've been here since 2021, maybe 20. You've had this type of underground backing and sound and fan base.
You're still trying to break the mold, and you haven't yet.
And now we're at this point where it's like, all right, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do next? And what you said, bro, about every moment being critical and important and having to be like really calculated to a T. This moment right here, knowing that Kanye West maybe not drops the album, it doesn't matter.
That decision matters.
If you know he's even peaking, you don't drop that album, bro. It's just simple as that. So yeah, I agree with you saying that this is I think you said what'd you say?
It's an error in judgment.
Error in judgment, bro. It's just not smart to do this, not only for your career now, but just for the future. You gotta think about the future, bro.
The other thing that adds on to what you said is, I think he did understand the assignment when it came to this album. If you saw the rollout, you saw the interviews he was doing, everything, the video, it seemed very high profile. There's a lot of money being spent. I think I saw him sitting down with Zane Lowe.
Maybe,
yeah. There was a lot going on to make this a really big deal. But I also think Yeet thought he wasn't going to drop this album. I think Yeet thought Kanye was not coming out this weekend. But
it's not worth it though. That's why I was saying, like, if you even hear a peak, it's not worth it. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's just not smart.
I'm going to get to this album, I hope, before the end of this week.
Man, I hope, but I still look. I'm gonna be dead ass. I still gotta get to Mike Will all the way.
Same.
I just got to Mike Will over the weekend, and barely. I just heard somebody talk about the Tizo song. I was like, all right, let me just go play the Tizo song. So I went just to one song. And I went back to that Yay. So I'm like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's gonna be hard for me to even try to get this in this week or even the week after that.
When you look at the album, especially the features that are on the album card, that's what makes me feel bad. Like, this album was worthy. This album is, you have a Don Toliver, you got NBA Youngboy, you have an Elton John track on here, Cari.
Elton John, yeah. Saw that.
Benny X, of course, Benny X is going to be all over Yeat's album. I don't know why Kylie Jenner's on the album. Did you see that? King Kylie, track number 9. And if you know,
that's her.
That's the old rap name she used to go by when she had a couple features back in 2016, 17. So yes, Kylie's on the album.
Okay.
You got Yeat and Kid Cudi together, and solo Kid Cudi, I don't give a fuck about. When Kid Cudi shows back up to put on for one of the young niggas, he goes crazy. 070 Shake, Swiss. You got Swiss for your album. Swiss don't even fuck with niggas like you. And you got Swiss. Joji, I know because he's a pop star, and I really like Joji. But
He got a tape out right now that's going crazy.
yeah, Joji's nice.
Yeah.
I just think you did yourself a disservice not waiting a week or two, man. A week or two. Your moment was coming. Let this nigga drop the album and do these shows at SoFi Stadium and then just put your album out.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I'm gonna play the album. But like Cari said, if I get inspired to play that Kanye again, I'm just gonna straight turn your shit off, bruh.
Exactly. Not even gonna think twice about it. I did it multiple times over the weekend.
Like,
Not playing with you, niggas.
I did it multiple times over the weekend.
Not playing with you, niggas. For real.
I do want to hear it though, Cari. That's what I'll say.
I'm gonna play it.
I want to hear it.
I'm gonna play it, bro. But yeah, it may take me a week or two. Like dead ass, not even trying to be funny.
And that sabotages your, like, that first week means a lot to the record label.
Yeah, it means a lot to the artist too.
Yes,
you know? Like, I mean, it's kind of 50-50. It depends. But yes, I do think that first week listen, first night, first release is definitely important. You know, because moments can be created from that.
Sales matter, period, of course.
Yeah, but I'm just saying from the fan perspective, I would also say if you get to an album a week or two later for the first time, you could probably still create those same feelings as if you played it when it first dropped.
You can.
Like, I don't want to take that away from anybody.
Over there at Capitol Records, though.
That's where he at?
Yeah, they gonna be like, man, this shit moving slow, Yeet.
Yeah, that's crazy to do that, but we'll see. Yeet's still gonna have a huge, you know, backing behind him, like you mentioned with the promo videos, like all of that. Even like the first day, like Spotify earners numbers, like all of those things, Yeet is still gonna exceed and do well, but it's gonna be short-lived. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear to God, I'm not even making this up. It's funny. On Friday, because his album did come out on time.
Yes, it
He
did.
was number one on Apple Music. By Saturday night, and for sure Sunday morning going into this week, Monday, Kanye West took that spot.
Yeah, he definitely
You know?
took the spot.
So, like, it's just things like that. And again, it's just one chart, but those things start to add up. Spotify, I'm sure it's the same thing over there. The nigga was already breaking records for 2 years before the album was out over there. So it's just like, you know, I don't know. Just so many little things where I'm like, yeah, the music has to be important, but all of these things that we talk about behind the scenes, whether it's from the label or whether you're running things independently, all of these things matter too as well. This is why music used to be successful in the early 2000s and 2010s. It's because everybody was good. The labels were good. The A&Rs were good. You know what I'm saying? The managers were good. And the music was good. We missing that label backing from a lot of niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't take that part serious as much. And it shows in the music. But I'm rambling. So I'm done.
Last question, because I said that I truly just thought maybe he thought he doesn't drop this week. And I have a new thought in my head. And I'm not necessarily saying I'm running with this thought, but I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Did Yeet really just think he was him this weekend?
Yeah, bro. He did. It's crazy not to get out the way for this. Like, I'm just so serious. I don't give a damn how long you worked on the album.
And I'm not saying he's not him.
Day. Yeah, right. I know what you're saying.
You are him.
I
But
know exactly what you're saying.
that's a different nigga that's coming out. Like, would you have dropped this if Jay was coming out too?
No. If Drake was coming, no. Like,
Yeah, like, I want to know, did you just not think this was a factor?
yeah. Or like you said, niggas get arrogant just like that shit ain't coming out. Fuck it. That's my only answer.
All right, but yeah, we're gonna get to it eventually.
Anyways, man.
I want to hear it though.
Yeah, definitely gonna play that.
Moving on. Yeah, let's talk. Let's stay The Rock. No? Or we got more to talk? Got more music?
No. Oh, yeah. One more.
I was gonna say, let's stay The Rock.
I got one more before we dive into that. Yeah. So Yeet has a track on his album, number 17, My Time. Yeet and Swiss Beats.
Mhm.
Swiss Beats and Stove Got Cooks were supposed to drop an album on Friday.
Oh no, that's got to make stuff that I feel.
So I'm wondering, like,
But-
how the fuck does this get pushed,
Granted though, Cari.
but the tapes don't get pushed?
Granted though, Cari.
Yeah.
Stove and Swiss did drop a track that night.
Did they?
I think they dropped one track.
You're lying.
Maybe there was something that was up before, and maybe I'm wrong. But I do believe Stove Guy, Cooks, and Swiss Beats dropped a single. Welcome to my. Oh, that's old. Welcome to my garden.
Yeah, that's all. I was gonna say you niggas so full of shit.
Oh man, nah.
Yeah,
Swiss.
they dropped that already.
Stove Guy, that's got to make you feel all fucked up inside.
Stove, you're a liar.
Now you gotta stop blaming this. You gotta stop blaming this shit directly on the like. He's called two niggas a liar in like the first 45 minutes of this podcast, guys.
Niggas be lying, bro.
So Kanye's a liar.
Yeah, Kanye been a liar.
I'll second that. Kanye been lying to us.
Habitual liar.
Stove don't.
Man, I'm telling you, something weird going on over there, bro. Like this shit just getting to the point where
He's talked about it.
Yeah, man. Like, and I know it ain't his fault. I'm addressing it to say like, yeah, I'm blaming him, but I know it ain't fully his fault. He just in a bad rap deal, allegedly. I don't know all the ins and outs, but this is not the first time. I think Gold Stamp has already been pushed back like 3-4 times. This is already now on his second, pushback. It's just getting weird over there. It's like, why can't Stove Guy Cooks drop music? I don't know.
My thing is like, I feel like they're treating him like he's signed to a major, and like he has to go get these niggas some hit first before they like. This is what is Baby Grande Records? He doesn't need a hit out first to drop the album. I don't know. What are we waiting on?
I have no idea what's the issue over there, bro.
Because if they shelve this project too, Cari, they're going to start to fuck with his career.
Yeah, it's already scratching the surface, but yeah.
It is. I just mean like...
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
The same thing with like a Yeet. Like you're trying to break this mold. Mm-hmm. All of the other up-and-coming artists from the Griselda camp have broken that mold, Cari.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on Stove, and it's like he's not getting his chance. He hasn't dropped an album in 6 years.
Exactly.
And I think that's technically considered a mixtape.
Reasonable drought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting weird over there. Like, just something's not right.
Yeah, we're going to find out, though. I think you still get this Swiss, Stove Guy Swiss tape soon. But that album now? I don't know, bro.
Maybe Swiss, but I said this before, Cari. Maybe Swiss and Stove God did the smart thing that Yeet did not do.
Okay.
And they pulled on the album because they knew Kanye was headed out. And
yeah, y'all better hope so.
Stove and Ye, they kind of close. So maybe he did get that bug. Yeah. Like, hey, look, let me know if you dropping this shit because I'm not doing that.
That would be smart. That would be smart.
So if it comes out next week, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
And I understand. If it don't drop after next week, like I have questions. Cause damn, y'all stopped at Swiss too?
Yeah. Y'all some liars.
yo, relax. This nigga Cari angry.
I'm sick of it, bro.
But let's move on. Like I said, we were with Kanye.
Yeah.
The Rock. What's the odds Kanye signs back to The Rock?
Bro. Nobody signed it to The Rock.
Lil Russell?
Yeah. Nah, they got a few. I'm playing. They got some names over there.
I'm sorry. My mind keeps going different places, and now I have a small place before we start this next topic. Cari, I saw something online, and I didn't really think about it until I started doing the numbers. I saw somebody said after J. Cole, Roc Nation has nothing.
I wouldn't say nothing. They have a lot of
small shit,
underground and smaller artists. Yeah,
but virtually, outside of Jay-Z himself, what's keeping the lights on over there at Rock?
Jay-Z.
I was gonna say, besides outside of management, if we're talking specifically recording artists,
yeah,
I think Golden Age Roc Nation does peak after J. Cole. They don't have. Of course, if we're talking Rockefeller and then the transition, we had Jay-Z, we had Cameron, we had Kanye West, you have Rihanna, you have J. Cole, and after that era, you don't get another artist anywhere near that level.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think it's a hot take personally, but I would say you probably don't get another person as hot as Cole or whoever after this, because I don't think Rock Nation,
they're not looking
as
for that
a
anymore.
label, is even approaching business that way in a sense moving forward.
Okay.
So I don't think it's something that we should even anticipate or even look towards. And Jay now at this point don't necessarily move the same way as a manager, as an A&R,
I think I agree.
like the way that he did when it was Rockefeller, even the way when Rock Nation first started, like
He doesn't hear the
it
best.
wasn't the same.
I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you good.
He doesn't hear the best rapper right now and go, I gotta have him. True. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking that's what I'm thinking in my head. Like he's past the point. Of course, and there's so much Rock Nation management going on, Rock Nation Sports, all this other stuff.
And distribution, that's really what they do. Yeah.
That he's not hearing a tape of an unsigned artist going, we got to sign that nigga before somebody else gets him.
Right,
Like that's not the focus anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. But the take's not hot.
No, I don't necessarily think it's a hot take to think or assume that moving forward that they're not going to have a big A-list star over there anymore. I don't see it.
Lil Russell doesn't go to the stratosphere.
Nah, he's already talking himself out of his career.
Yeah, I honestly feel like
You have that one saying that you love, like, what is it? People, they talk. Well, I forgot how you word it.
people open their mouths to try to show you how smart they are,
Right.
and in that moment show you how smart they are.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. You give somebody a platform and you allow them to talk, and they will talk themselves out of millions of dollars.
Yeah,
Like, bro, it's so crazy.
it's to the point where I'm almost extremely confident that Jay-Z has second thoughts on his decisions.
deal.
Yeah, like I'm Jay-Z is pretty solid on the shit that he does.
Yeah.
But I'm almost positive he's gone back and like, you know what?
Yeah, the only thing, well, what part of the deal you talk about? Just Lil Russell's like deal or
Lil
the
Russell's deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant just Lil Russell's deal.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the actual business behind it.
No,
The business behind it is fine. That's going to be a successful
perfect.
gig.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I
But
think he's
Lil
heard Lil Russell.
deal. He's probably shoot himself in the foot.
And now because he's Jay-Z, I'm sure he's feeling like, now I can't double back and like,
Nah, you got to just let bro burn out.
yeah.
And he going to crash out.
Yeah, like
It's
however
already
many albums I
happening.
gave him, I gotta give him this shit now.
He already crashing out. Bro. It's going to be fine.
But I am gonna rush all these albums out, so this nigga's going as soon as possible.
Sure, nigga, you got the green light.
yeah. Go ahead.
How much you need?
Yeah.
The
No,
overhead here, take it.
I'm out of country, so I can't do features. But you go ahead.
Man,
You think Lil Russell think he got a Jay-Z feature coming?
no,
Okay, he knows that at least.
bro. I'm so serious. Like, I don't think bro career is just done, ski over.
Yeah, it is.
but like it's near and dear. Like, bro, like he ruined. I've never seen somebody like ruin their career so fast.
So fast.
It was crazy.
And so early.
Like, bro, been in the game, right? He's been here for years. He got some bobs, things like that. But like,
You just got that commercial look from
this
Rock Nation.
moment, that's what I'm saying. This moment lasted, nigga, maybe 9 days.
You got no, seriously.
Dead ass shit lasted like 8-9 days, bro.
That had to have been the first big interview after you signed.
Yep.
And you got on there and trashed a rap legend.
Yeah. Nah, and then so have you seen what he's done after that? I'm not even talking about that. He's done some shit after that.
The shit that he was like, John McCain was heaven sent. I'm just making up random people because I don't want to say all of them.
That's what's killing them.
George Zimmerman was heaven sent.
Yeah. That's what's killing, bro.
Who were some of the people that he said?
Bro, I can't remember. It's some of the worst people though. Epstein, I think, was one of the names.
Adolf Hitler was heaven sent. I think he
said
did say Hitler, right?
He did say Hitler. Just unnecessary. And then he starts the song with saying, man, I played this shit. I made this shit with my engineer sitting right next to me. And he straight up warned me and told me not to put this shit out, man. He said it would be a bad idea to put this shit out. But I'm going to go against the grain and not listen to him. I'm going to put this shit out.
We should have known because this nigga puts the bouncy ball next to his words on all the fucking videos. Like, y'all will laugh. He really does that. Like, he really has the word for word. Like, the word will light up. Like
Like Shaq.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like Shaq reading.
But this was not about Lil Russell at all. I just wanted to get into something before. And that part wasn't even about Lil Russell. That was just about the Rock Nation legacy.
Yeah. All good. It's time, man.
But yeah, we're back to let you guys know after last pod, I think maybe the day after or right after we left the pod, there was so much buzz and so many millions in the Ticketmaster queue waiting on Jay-Z's tickets for either the 25th anniversary or the 30th anniversary that he's doing at Yankee Stadium, that he added a third show to the Yankee Stadium. And if you ask me, this was Jay-Z's plan all along.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna give y'all one for this 30-year anniversary, one for the 25, and one so you niggas know I'm coming back. I did want to come back and say, because I don't think we said it last pod, he broke the record for many people waiting in the Ticketmaster queue. It was just recently broken by Kanye West when he did the SoFi shit, and there was like 1 million waiting, or I think it was 800,000, somewhere between 800,000 and 1 million.
Yeah.
Jay-Z got to like 1 to 2 million, something like that.
Yeah, just insane numbers, bro.
Like, you're not getting a ticket type numbers.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I agree with you. I think this was definitely the plan all along. You know, do the 1-2 shows, see the demand, see the hype, and then already have the third show planned. They're back to back now. So I think, again, this was always in plan to do that third show.
Yeah.
But it's just dope, bro. I said it last episode, so I'm not going to go too far. I just think, again, like, this is a moment that the people in New York obviously don't get to celebrate, but us just as, you know, hip hop connoisseurs and just fans of this game, like, it's moments like this that you got to embrace and love. And, you know, I love that Jay-Z's getting to do this for the anniversaries, but also, again, just in New York at the Yankee Stadium.
And to that point, that last point that you said, we have to stop and realize how much pull and power and motion, as you young niggas would say, you have to be able to get 3 nights at the Yankee Stadium during the baseball season. Like,
Sheesh.
Like opening, like nigga, it's opening week type shit. Like,
Yeah.
and nigga, are the Yankees? No, nigga, he's got the next 3 nights booked. They got away games. Like, they got away games. Sean Carter's coming.
Niggas on the road.
That's motion, my nigga. Like,
That's a huge deal.
I want 3 days back to back to back in the middle of the MLB season, Cari.
Yeah, big deal.
This isn't like Dallas Stars shared a rink with the Dallas Mavericks, who shared a rink with. No, nigga. I just want that night. And the night after. And the night after. I think that's crazy. And before we leave and go on to the next part of Jay-Z, the one thing that I want to say, because that's adding more fuel to the speculation that he's got an album coming out this year. How crazy is it? Because I didn't necessarily believe the whole Kanye shit 100%. Cari, we're getting Kanye. I believe you get Travis. You're getting Drake. You got J. Cole. Jay-Z as well. Like, this is a heavy hitting year. There was a couple of years ago, whether it was last year or the year before, we thought the year was going to be like this. Mm-hmm. Oh, these niggas are coming for it all this year.
Big 2-6.
Yeah. And it also brought me back to something else that I've always said, like, about the young guys and how, like, we need to promote the younger niggas to, like, finally reach these statuses in rap. I had to stop and be like, you know what? Let's just stop and appreciate and take your fucking hat off for what the fuck is going on right now. This wasn't going on in rap 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think this is something that's going to go on forever. And if you look around at any other genre in music, there is nobody at 50 and 57 and touching their 40s and mid 40s that are still the premier players in their league over in that genre. Like, it's all dominated by the new shit. I think it's actually, and of course I do still want the young guys to come take take torch and us see a new generation of amazing rappers. But I think it's incredible that we have this many at this age that are still at the forefront of the game. Like, think about like country or even pop. Like,
It's all newer names, like you said.
Britney Spears can't come back and put out an album and just take over the game like Jay-Z or a Kanye
Right.
or somebody like that. Drake's finna be 40. He hasn't even left.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that because over the last week with Jay-Z doing all of this, and we're going to get to the next part as well because this was really the main part that had him, on a lot of headlines and just had people talking about him. But it was crazy to me to get in threads and comments.
I know where you're going.
And people try to act like Jay-Z ain't Jay-Z.
Yep.
And it's crazy. Like, I see the shift in differences of opinions from our generation to this newer generation, this like pro Nicki Minaj generation, this pro Tory Lanez generation,
Yep.
like pro Drake even. So like I'm seeing like those people creep into the Jay-Z discourse and conversations, and they're really trying to play Jay-Z as if Jay-Z can't stop and have a demand on this type of level that you just mentioned.
Like, he's not a factor.
It's crazy. I'm like, bro, like that's Jay-Z.
And
They try to act like it's not.
they're young, so their
Yeah, I
grasp
know.
on the
I
game
know.
isn't the same.
I know.
And I'm old enough to know, and we're almost middle child. Like, when you think about Jay-Z, we're the middle child. We weren't 18, 19, 20 in his heyday, but we also know exactly who the fuck that is. We grew up on the music enough to know, sitting here in 2026, unless we're talking about Drake, who is active and actively the biggest in the game. Jay-Z is the biggest rapper there fucking is. And which is going to go to what we're going to talk about in a moment. But like you said, the discourse on these social media apps amongst the younger generations, Gen Alpha is what I'll call them. The younger Gen Z and the new generation after that, which is Gen Alpha. Yeah. You niggas have lost your minds. And the thing is, Cari,
It's comical, bro.
Even us, I don't think we were this disrespectful as kids. Like, we had love for Pac, for Big, for Cube, for Scarface, for Outkast.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. But also, this time, this generation, you get rewarded for hating or judging or not liking. So a lot of it is that. Like, yeah, we grew up differently and maybe had a different appreciation and love for it because of our parents or our own studying, whatever it may be. Like, yeah, and still that resonates here with children or people that, listen to the music. But discourse in today's time, in today's world, is all about being negative. Who could be the best person at being negative? That's the person that's always going to win. So a lot of times in these conversations, it don't even matter about what this person has done in the future. I'm sorry, in the past, or what they're going to do in the future. They don't even care about accolades. It's just like, no, this person doesn't like the person that I like. So I don't like that person at all. So that's why I brought up like Nicki Minaj, all of the shit surrounding Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z's beef. When people are talking about Jay-Z and those discords, it has nothing to do with the music.
Yeah, they're not even listening.
Same thing with Tory Lanez. That has nothing to do with Jay-Z's music. This is just a Rock Nation beef thing. You know what I mean? So like, I'm seeing these conversations. I'm seeing what Jay is doing. People like, oh, I can't believe he's doing that. Oh, what Jay-Z thinks he can. I'm like, bro, that's still Jay-Z.
That's fucking Jay-Z.
Regardless of all of the negative discourse that people try to create about the person.
Yeah.
It was just weird to me to see it like front page. You know what I mean? Because I don't be in Jay-Z's like, comments all the time, but he was trending. So I'm looking at everything I'm seeing, what people are saying. I'm like, oh, these bots think got Jay-Z too. Like, shit is crazy. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, but saying all that to say, he did step back out for an interview with GQ.
Yep.
It's like a 3-part interview. Like I was like, damn, this thing got an interview with the same nigga in 3 different outfits.
Yeah.
I was like, how does
It's like 2-3 different days, and they just meshed them together.
Yeah, I'm like, how is he doing this shit?
Yeah.
But Jay-Z addressed pretty much everything everybody wanted to know, minus Jeffrey Epstein.
And if an album's coming.
Yeah, and if we're getting an album. He did. I'll talk a little bit more.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
But he opened up by addressing the rape case that he was involved in with Diddy, that the girl recanted her claims and basically said she was lying. He talked about how damaging that was for him and
his family.
How angry he actually was.
Yep.
I think he said he's still angry over it.
I think so, yeah.
Which, I mean, if you were accused of something you didn't do and the whole world ran with it just because they saw another guy you used to hang out with accused of something, I'd be mad too.
I think he had every right to express his anger and frustration in that moment. And for me, it was actually good to see that and hear that and understand, like, again, we look at these people as if they not human beings. And this is no defense to Jay-Z directly. I'm just saying, like, let's picture this moment and let's picture that the story is fake and not true. And somebody did just try to damage your name. And you got to now fight for your name. You got to fight for your family. Like, I put myself in people's shoes and be like, yeah, that shit probably was frustrating.
That's tough. Because how do I do that?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I probably am going to be angry. And then it also brought me back to a point of the conversations that you and I were having about, let's say, if Jay is doing an album or has been working on an album, what direction is he going to go? What is he going to talk about? What is going to be the message? So this interview, this first part of the interview, hearing him answer these questions, let me know, like, damn, Jay could rap about that. That could be something that he rapped about, like how that case and the demand and how the perception on him kind of changed. You know, not to say that like the whole album is about that, but you asked me before, like, what could Jay rap about today? And I'm like, damn, I have no idea what he could rap about. That's something for him to rap about.
Okay.
I thought about that.
You think he touches that?
If he wanted to. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think he said with that, not from that in that moment only, but in this time period, he did record music. And when he played it back, he was like, that shit just, it's so like anger and it's so bad. Like I couldn't even like really like listen to it. I think he said it about that moment. I could be wrong, though.
I think it might have been about that moment as well. I know he said that about 444, about how when he looks back, he can't even play 444 because he was in such an emotional stamp. Like it was so
heavy.
emotional for him that it's something that he can't do anymore.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll get into what I was saying before. He did express at that point that there was almost a Jay-Z album that they released in 2025, and one of you niggas leaked that shit. Like you remember last year it got leaked around. I don't know if that was the Book of Hove 2024.
Can't remember.
But it might have been right after that, but it was something early, maybe like January-ish, 2025. We got news, this Jay-Z album on the way. And I always, for some reason, believed that shit. And now I know that like you really were cooking something up.
Yeah, because like the leak was like backstage or like a show.
A photo shoot or some shit.
It was something like really confirmed.
Yeah, he was doing like photo shoots for like album covers and shit. Like, Jay, come on now.
Exactly.
He moved on and started talking about the Drake Kendrick Lamar beef.
Yeah.
He basically said, yo, we didn't put Kendrick Lamar. He said, he took the responsibility. He held it. I didn't put him there because of the Drake beef. And he basically explained like he has no ill will against either of those guys. So there's no intent for him to do that. He basically said what me and you said here on the pod. If you look back at 2024, nobody had a more impactful, music-filled year than Kendrick Lamar. I mean, it was just full of success at win after win after win musically. We've got to put him in the Super Bowl performance. He's stacked full of hits. He's got a show that he can do. Let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
He talked about how it wasn't a personal move. He also said what we were talking about earlier and what draws into the discourse everyone was having online. This made the fucking headlines, Cari. He basically said, well, why would I need to do that to Drake? What made me laugh is I think this is one of the realest interviews I've ever heard from Jay-Z, from his voice, from the shit he was saying, to even his facial expressions. Like when he said this about Drake, I remember he stopped and he was like, who the fuck? He said, all due respect to him, he said, I'm fucking Jay-Z. He said, I'm Hove. Like, and in that moment, I started to think, like, is Drake the biggest out? Yes. But you're still not over Hove. You never are, nigga. Nobody is until that nigga's gone.
That's what I'm saying. Shit like that be beneath niggas, bro. Like, you don't even be understanding. We think this moment, and it was a huge moment, don't get me wrong. But we think like some of the people that be included or the names that get thrown in, we think it's really affecting these people on an everyday basis.
I said that exact same thing back then. Oh, Jay-Z has gone on and accomplished so many things in life. And brother, if I'm talking about Drake, I have given you so many features, like hit features. Yeah. I gave you Pound Cake, nigga. I don't hate you. I just thought it was very funny, the way he said it. Yeah. And I thought it was funny that specific line was trending on Twitter. Like I got on and I saw, I'm Hove. But that really ticked that young audience that we were talking about off, because the kids really went, and who the fuck is Hove?
There's such a disconnect, bro. Like it's crazy.
Cari.
Not even on some like, y'all don't know who Jay-Z is. I'm saying like to take offense to that.
Are we huge? I mean, are we huge Hove fans? Yes.
Yeah.
But are we just die on that hill over everything Jay-Z? No. Cari, when I read that shit, I got mad. Like, I'm not even a die on the Jay-Z hill type of guy. When I read how these little niggas was talking about Jay-Z, I wanted to start arguing with niggas on Twitter. Like, I had to tell myself not to.
Yeah.
Boy, was I angry. I was fucking angry, man.
Crazy, bro.
Who the fuck? Just like Jay-Z. Who the fuck?
Yeah, it's just, again, I don't even think it's, when I say disconnect, it's not disconnect from, again, not knowing necessarily Jay-Z's status or who he is or what he's brought to the game. It's people truly ignoring that there are certain levels or even statuses that people live, and their problems are not your everyday problems. You know what I mean? If the president come out and say that, you have no reason to be mad, because you understand, like, yeah, he's a president. He is above other people. Maybe he has X, Y, Z shit that he has to do every day on his schedule. But when somebody like Jay-Z says that it's a problem, I'm like, bro, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
I
don't know, bro.
The question that is, like it always was for me is, what did Jay-Z gain
in that battle?
Say he was trying to be malicious.
Oh yeah.
Like these other people say he was. He could have picked another artist and we still had just as a successful Super Bowl, because him picking that doesn't determine that Super Bowl getting packed the fuck out. The football game does. Mm-hmm. What did Jay-Z gain from doing that to Drake? That's what I want to know, because I don't see a win.
There's no answer.
Yeah, there was nothing that he had to gain from that situation.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to give you an answer for that. He chose a side.
And some that I would ask that question probably would try to tell you satisfaction that Jay-Z doesn't need.
And that he's not worried about, bro.
And Jay-Z's the biggest. Like, when we talk rap and you talk king of rap, nobody calls Drake the king of rap. Niggas call Jay-Z that.
Yeah.
What would he have won by doing this? He still was the nigga at the top. All right. I'm going on and on, but whatever. Do we have more about the interview you wanted to talk though?
Yes. So within the conversation about Drake, Kendrick, yes, we did talk about the Super Bowl choice and, what the beef meant for the game and how he felt about it. But there was one more point that caused a lot of disruption over the social media accounts and things like that as well. So Jay-Z basically said that he necessarily doesn't think that beefs moving forward are good for hip hop because, for one, it creates so much of a negativity now that maybe wasn't present or there before when niggas used to beef in the past because of social media today. So obviously you saw the sides. You saw the Kendrick hate, the Kendrick love, the Drake hate, the Drake love. But through all of that, we know what the last 2-3 years kind of created. So Jay-Z was saying like he doesn't necessarily think beefs, looking at it from just that perspective, not from the competition, not from the body of work and music that we get, but just from that perspective on the negativity that it creates that not only harms the artist, but harms the genre and all the work that's been done up until this point. So I just want to say and ask you, with hearing that, what were your initial thoughts or reactions to what Jay-Z had to say there?
I love Jay-Z, but I think that's bullshit. Brother, you came in the game off of two niggas' blood splatter from rap beef. And now it's time to stop? You came in the game the year Pac died. These niggas got their brains... All right. I get what he's saying on a halfway point because this did damage a lot in the music industry.
Yeah.
I also don't think that's just the... It is the product of beef, but I don't think that's the product of a normal rap beef. I think both Kendrick Lamar and Drake have been pussy for a really, really, really long time. And this is the result of a rap beef that you let fester for 15 years. This rap beef has been going on between them, amongst each other, since The Language came out. 2013, or honestly, since Control came out, because Drake took that shit the wrong way. And that was 2011, 12. We're 15 years from now. That is the reason why this whole beef has boiled and boiled and boiled, because they kept it lingering and lingering. And then people became friends of the other side, like of this side, and then friends of that side. And we have decades on, almost 2 decades worth of relationships attached to everybody on the beef. This shit was bound to crumble. Had these niggas done this shit in 2014, we wouldn't be here. I understand what Jay-Z's saying, and if it were to get to a level like this, I would agree with him. Because this was damaging for both sides of rap and the rap industry as a whole.
All right.
But I don't think this situation applies to any other rap beef. I think we're talking about the 2 biggest rappers in a long time. I think it plays in what we've always talked about, that they've been at the top of the game for 15 years. All of that plays into this. It's not a normal rap beef. If Moneybagg Yo and Lil Baby started going at it today and beefed it out, it wouldn't play out like this at all. These niggas have more than just the rap community tied into this. It's all of music.
For sure.
So I don't agree with
Great answer.
I don't agree with Jay-Z.
Great answer.
How do you feel?
I mean, I'm good. Yeah, I don't. You said enough.
Okay.
You said enough. I'm kind of like just 50-50 on the fence, but like I take sort of the same stance that you took there, so it's fine. I just wanted to ask you. I don't need to go into detail.
Yeah, I just think this beef is, you can't put this with regular rap beefs. This shit's different. Even if you put it next to Pusha Drake, Meek Mill Drake, this is a ball game of its own.
Yeah, I agree.
Moving forward. But do you still have Jay-Z after this?
Interview?
Any more?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Great interview. I think, like you said, though, like this was one of the maybe first times in a long time. I don't think that I can say this is the most, but he was very honest and very open in this interview, which I really liked because we haven't got that from Jay-Z in a very long time.
You want to talk Joey first? You want to talk Cole?
Let's go Cole, then we can tie Joey into this. Yeah.
J. Cole is also on the interview circuit, and J. Cole is doing a lot of interviews. I mean, he's all over the place. And even if it's only 3 or 4 interviews that he's done, there are a lot of clips from all of these different places circulating around. So the media space is getting a lot of J. Cole takes in a very fast or short span of time. So it's been a lot for everybody to take in. And for me, it seems, I know it's probably not like that, but it seems like J. Cole is just everywhere around the interview space. But we have some news to talk from J Cole's interviews.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, I kind of just wanted to bring up just the fact that he is, like you mentioned, you know, doing the interview runs on the circuit. We had Nadeska first with Apple Music. Then he went to go see Cam. I think was it called Talk with Flea.
Did he go to Bootleg Kev too?
Nah, he didn't go to Bootleg Kev, but
he went somewhere else that looks like that.
He went to Mello this past Friday. I think that's like 7 p.m. in Brooklyn or 7 p.m. in New York. And then there's another one that's actually going to be out today, Monday, from another smaller podcast or interview. But no, it's just been dope to see. I mean, I don't know if there's one specifically that you want to dive into. I know you said the clips has kind of been going around, but again, like I said before, and not just with Cole, with anybody, like clips at times, bro, are just very misleading. People are clipping the clips. You know what I mean? So like, you got to really watch it and not necessarily just take it for what face value is. People going to make a clip. They're going to put a headline on it. And a lot of times people don't even watch the video. You'll just read the headline and move on.
Yep.
Thinking, you know, that's what's being said. So, but yeah, I don't know if there's a specific interview or one thing specifically that you like or don't like. I necessarily just wanted to bring up the fact that, again, I'm enjoying this run that he's on because it was planned. You know what I mean? It's not like bro didn't say he was. So it'd be different. I'll put it like this. It would be different if you didn't know he was going to do interviews and then he just started popping out at all these interviews. But he let us know, like, okay, I'm done with the trunk tour. I'm about to go take a break. And then when I come back, I'm going to go do all these interviews. So for me, I'm just sitting here watching it and just waiting for the next one to drop, basically.
I do want him to stop. I will say that. Not for him, because I appreciate it's the same thing that's run consistent in J. Cole's entire career. I appreciate how vulnerable J. Cole is at all times. He's willing to really open up. But the reason why I want him to stop is the exact same thing you were talking about when you were just speaking. Nobody's listening to his entire interview all the way through. And I don't mean nobody in a disrespectful way. I mean all of these people that are making these backwards comments, the ones you can tell they halfway watched the interview or only saw a couple of clips. I want him to stop because there are so many people taking the shit that he's saying out of context that is just circulating misinformation after misinformation after misinformation. I don't want to see it anymore. Unless I'm clicking on it to watch it, I honestly don't want to see any more J. Cole clips anymore, because the way X can angle things now, it's like you don't even have to be a fucking reporter. You just post a video and say whatever you want above it, and niggas just go, J. Cole says he's not even his favorite rapper. Yeah. J. Cole says he's not better than, like, shut the fuck up. And I have seen those parts, and I know what they're talking about. And I was saying a specific part where he talks about his persona as a rapper as the best alive, but he talked about if you ask him in person, are there not other rappers that him, J. Cole, would see as greater in a grand scheme? But that's not J. Cole saying, I won't wash all you niggas, because there are points of the actual interview he's saying, like, do I think I can go in there and give that nigga 80? Like, yeah, I can go give that nigga 80, but he can also do the same thing on a day that I might not put up 80.
Right. I think it's just common sense, right? You would think.
But no, but like you said,
the internet doesn't take it that way.
Like you said, some people will read headlines and might not even click the video. All you might have saw was just J. Cole says he's not even his favorite rapper.
Yeah, I realized that today again.
And he did say he was his favorite. I'm sorry, I'm not judge, cut you off. In other interviews, he did say he was his favorite rapper.
And it's not just to defend Cole. This is just for all artists. But like, I meant that when I said that earlier. I actually like watched the video. It's a true like study over this shit with these small clips and these engaging ass clips. People will literally just create a dope headline because they know people aren't even gonna watch the video. They're just gonna read the headline and go with it.
And just move on.
It's a real thing. So I'm not just saying that just to try to defend. This is my favorite rapper.
That's crazy. And I didn't think you were doing that either.
Like, this is really happening with anytime there's a new article or new news circuit or whatever. But the point I wanted to make about that as well, I took it as like, nigga, every day I don't always have on my best rapper alive cape. I'm a dad. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm at my kid's soccer game, I'm not the best rapper alive here. I'm dad.
And I'm a fan of rap.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a fan of rap. So sometimes I'll hear something amazing.
Right.
And I'll think like, damn, I ain't thought that.
Exactly.
Hey.
There was nothing wrong with what he said, bro. But yeah, again, people going to take it the way they want to take it. And it's cool to hate. Again, like, being the biggest hater on the internet is what gets you publicity.
Engagement, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, people are going to create it even if they know the shit that they're saying is not true. That's just the world that we live in. But I know what you're saying. Like, as far as the perspective or the perception of others that they have against J. Cole, which in our entire lives, we've never seen it at this level. We've never seen this amount of hate come to Cole ever. So I know what you're saying. Like, as a fan, like, even me sometimes, I do hate to see that. But I necessarily think it's still good to get these interviews out, not only for the fans and the true day ones who want to see it, but also for those narratives and conversations to be started and for it to be out there and you see it and you see how foolish it is. I think it's important that we create a community of honest information as well to debate this bullshit that we have on the internet. I think it's important to get both sides because, yeah, you can't just sit back and not have the interviews, or Cole can just drop an album and go back in the house like, yeah, all that's cool. But we do need some truth out here to battle all this negativity. And then if y'all still want to stay on that side, that's fine. You know what I mean? But I look at it that way. Like, I think it's good we get in the interviews. I know what you're saying, but I'm enjoying it. Even if it creates a negative discourse, you can look at that shit and be like, all right. It's goofy.
At some point, I feel like it doesn't serve him. Like, right now, in this stage, I don't think these interviews are getting him what the interviews are for. I don't think anybody's playing these interviews or hearing these clips from these interviews, and they're like, oh, let me go play the fall off. I think it's just adding to fucked up discourse right now.
Okay. I would disagree. I would think, especially the mellow one, where you dive into the concepts of the album and he tells you why I made the album. You know what I mean?
But that's not the parts that's getting famous from the album, from the interviews. That's not, you got to get into the interviews like we do to get there, because the only thing they're displaying is him talking about his fucking apology. Like, that's the stuff that I'm like, it's not serving him. They're clipping the apologies. They're clipping him saying, I don't know what Kendrick meant when he said Drake was doing me wrong. Like, that's the stuff that, I mean, like, that's not serving his persona. And it's also not serving it, in my opinion, while the other guys who are looking or supposed to look like the tougher guys in it, the Kendrick and Drake, also say shit about it. If Iceman, and because my thing is, when Iceman comes out, you're not getting a fucking interview from Drake. You're not getting a damn thing from Drake. And I don't think you ever hear Kendrick Lamar talk about it again. So, of course, we don't think of J. Cole as a bitch or soft or anything. But when I hear all this stuff comes out, all I can do is think this is only going to fuel the MO that media is running with right now, because nobody else is going to open up about it either. They're just going to make J. Cole seem soft for opening up about it.
I got you.
And I love fucking Cole, which is why I don't want to see it no more. I just wish the narrative was the album. I don't want to see more clips. I'll watch the interviews and watch through enough to know what we're both talking about. But I know, just like we talked about, there's a generation below us and a generation below them, and they ain't doing all that fucking time. They don't even spend enough time listening to the music.
Yeah, I got you.
And yeah, you said there was another one coming out tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Monday, yeah.
Today. It's out now, guys. Yeah, man. I love Cole. I honestly think we're in such a point where I feel like subconsciously Kendrick and Drake not saying anything harnesses the power to make what he's doing worse. Not his album or anything like that. I just mean the talking. I like the Cameron interview though. I'm not gonna lie. I saw some people say that like it didn't seem authentic. Nigga, of course that part when he walked in was planned. I hate you niggas. Like what? I saw Joe and them talking about it. I hate y'all niggas.
I know, bro.
It was inauthentic. They rehearsed that.
It was planned. It was promo.
Like what the fuck?
I know, bro. It was like common sense on some things.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. Joey Badass hates them niggas too, Cari.
Okay. I'm hearing that.
After the Jay-Z interview, Joey Badass took to Twitter to express his thoughts. And Joey Badass has been taking to Twitter to express his thoughts since this beef started.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, let me go back and see if I got in the messages what some of these tweets say.
All right. While you're doing that, I'll give a little context just from what I remember off the top of my head. These tweets from Joey came out kind of right after the GQ interview with Jay-Z. So his response, although there were comments about Cole and other people we're going to get to, he did have more of a response to Jay-Z directly about the beef situation and how that may not be beneficial for today's game or even moving forward. So Joey was obviously outspoken about that, which makes sense. If you go back to the early, last year? Was that last year or earlier this year? When he did like all the songs. That was last year,
I think that was that was last year for sure.
So if you just back up to that, knowing Joey's history, knowing everything that he stands for, you tell somebody like him that battle rap is something that needs to be thrown out, of course he's going to have a problem with that, right? So again, when we dive into the details and we get into the tweets and we start really looking at what Joey is saying here and how he's feeling, I think it's important to point out like it was truly in direct response to what Jay-Z had to say, but he kind of tied in all these other guys, more specifically Cole. He mentioned the fall off. He mentioned Jid. So there was a lot that was said here.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here with it now. I hope I do the first part first. But it says, my sentiment is this type of thing happens all the time. This is just a recent example that I think is clear by the way the topic was about sparring in hip hop from the whole interview. He said, or let me get to it. He says, think about it. If somebody at the top gave somebody coming up an opportunity to come after them on a record, you know what would happen? LOL, niggas would eat. LOL, niggas is eating their food off top. Rents due, bills paid expeditiously. Public perception of who's the best would be drastically different if this were a regular occurrence. This is exactly why you didn't see Jid on the fall off. He overstood the assignment. To me personally, it made no sense he wasn't on there. But hey, that's just me, by the way. Love the album. Let's be for real. Everybody talks about how we shouldn't beef and we should spar more on records. But the truth is, niggas don't be one to collab out of love or fear of getting bodied on their own record. I've seen a lot of niggas over the years duck that friendly fade. Check my track record. I've never been one to shy away from collabing with real spitters, whether that be niggas getting on my own tracks or hopping on niggas' tracks, not to mention coming up in a collective of straight fire MCs. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, he's saying a lot.
I'm trying to find one more that he had. Or that might have been. That might have been it. He was basically saying, my sentiment is this thing happens all the time. This is not just about J. Cole. This is about lyrical rap as a subgenre, period. My sentiment is that there's a scarcity mindset in the subgenre, and usually the top guys don't invite the other hungry spitters onto their own tracks. Let me give Cole his flowers real quick. Just to be clear, I love the album, but I stand on what I'm saying. The evidence is there. There's a difference between doing features for niggas and featuring niggas on your work. And for the record, if niggas wholeheartedly thought Jid didn't fit on the fall off. That's your opinion, but he's also not featured on any other Cole album.
A lot of rambling there.
Yeah.
Okay, Joey does have a point though when he's saying, like, let's say the so-called A-list top tier rappers won't necessarily reach down and pull the lower level, lower tier rappers up to feature on a song with them in fear that they may get out-rapped or outshined on their own song. I think there's some truth to that.
I think that is true.
Right?
I don't think it's true with Cole.
No. I think just from a everybody aspect, like just looking at the game, I think it's true there. Yeah, I don't think it's true with Cole either. So Joey has a point there. But bringing in Cole, like saying Jid should be featured on the Fall Off. I mean, it's kind of, they got songs already together where they rap together. You know what I mean? So like, it's just, I didn't necessarily understand where he was coming from in that aspect. I don't know if you can maybe tie that in for me.
I don't know how to tie it in, but I do agree that I thought Jid should have been on the Fall Off. Even so much so that I don't know if he was just playing games with our head. I saw, like, whether it was a red carpet or something like that Jid was alluding to us that he was on the Fall Off. They were like, do you have any tracks on the Fall Off? He was like, I don't know. But there was so much so that there was a point that Jid thought he was going to be on the album.
Maybe he was. There was, some variations.
And I get the angle of the album, but in this instance, Cari, I agree with Joey Badass. I agree that because I've had this conversation before, we're not going to have new rappers in the game that are prominent, prevalent, popular until the older guys either get the fuck out of the way or make way for them. And the older guys that are still at the top are being incredibly selfish, and rightfully so, because they're still raking in. But yeah, that part that was discussed there, I think I do agree with him. I agree with J. Cole. I'm not just go Joey Badass. But on another note, Joey Badass needs to shut the fuck up. I think between the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef, even moving into the Jay-Z interview, going on to J. Cole, I think he's had his mouth open to talk about whatever the fuck he's wanted to talk about, and he's released music off of the backs of these conversations. He did a whole rollout in 2024-25 calling himself TDE East, and he's not affiliated with TDE in any form or fashion. All of that was to kind of get hot off of Kendrick Lamar's back. Then J. Cole enters the beef, and all of a sudden he's arguing with J. Cole about being the best rapper in New York. Then we move on. He drops an album. The album isn't the most popular thing in the world, even though I enjoyed Joey Badass's last project. You went quiet for a while until this interview, and now he's got something to say again. I want Joey to shut the fuck up. I love Joey Badass, but I want him to make music and stay out of other rappers' business. We've talked about this on the podcast before. If you're a rapper, stay out of rappers' business. That's as simple as I can put it. While I do agree with the things that he said in the tweet, I don't think he should have been tweeting.
Yeah, because no matter how you meant or what you meant or how you try to imply, it's never going to come out that way, especially when you're tweeting.
And you're a rapper.
Because for me, even if you agree or disagree with the stance, I think the way he tried to imply it is where you're wrong. So to me, the way that I take this information is that you're implying that Cole left Jid or whoever off of the album because there was a fear that they may have been out-rapped.
True. Now that I don't like.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, don't do it. Don't say it that way, because that's all left for interpretation, which I know that's probably not what he meant.
You're right. And that's not what I agreed with. I only agree with the fact he should have been on the album.
Right. I know what you're saying. I just wanted to say, like, that's why I think these situations aren't necessarily good to speak on, because it could be implied that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't. Let me say that shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like
that's not for him.
Yeah, like
Right,
that.
right.
That is not for you to say. And I don't think on the same thing I said about Jay-Z. Like, you don't gain anything from this except for bad. The same thing I just said about the J. Cole thing with the interview. You're not gaining. Nobody's on your rap side on this. Like, even if they take your point, like I took your point right now, as a rapper, I think you saying this shit's mad corny. Go get your shit on you. Like, if you want traction, popularity, engagement, drop some songs, nigga, or go back on fucking Power Book 2. Because I like Neek on that show.
Tell them they get back to acting.
Neek one of my favorite fucking actors on that show. But you could pop shit like that and shut up about the rap shit.
I agree.
I feel like I had a point about Joey Badass, but I feel like we might leave it before I think about it. If I think about it, Joey, I'm on your ass, so I'm gonna bring it back up
For sure.
But let's move forward. We got a few more things to talk about on the pod, Cari.
Right.
We are in the year 2026. XXXTentacion was murdered in 2018. His killer was sentenced to a prison sentence in 2021, I believe. 20 or 21.
Okay.
5 years later, he's been released.
Oh, wow. You know, I saw this, but I was so confused.
I am confused right now.
You sent it. I think you sent it. You put it on the list. I saw it in pre-production. I just didn't say anything. I was looking at it. I even saw the post. It didn't really give me too much information on the post, though, but I'm confused. I'm very confused on how 5 years after the sentencing and being behind jail for a high-profile murder case that's a true murder. This is no self-defense. You know what I mean? I'm truly curious how somebody can only serve 5 years for that heinous of a crime and be out already.
Okay. I'm looking at it right here. They said the main killer is not out. They said there were three killers or three. Yeah, let's see. There were three main killers.
Yeah, I remember.
Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsome, Dedrick Wilson. They were convicted of first-degree murder, sentenced to life without parole. There's a fourth guy.
Really? Okay.
They said that he went first, took a plea deal, testified against the others, and got a lighter sentence, 7 years plus probation. No, I don't know if I believe this one, though, Cari. They said that he was released in 2023, but I need this other nigga's name.
Nah, that can't be.
Yeah, this can't be you. You can't be the fourth guy, right? Robert Allen. Oh, no, that's him. That's him. They must have just had the year wrong on the post I'm looking at. Yeah, this is Robert Allen, released after 5 years.
So they're saying he was just an accomplice?
It said he wasn't the shooter. He cooperated with prosecutors. It says why his case is so different. Yeah, he flipped.
Basically,
yeah,
right?
He flipped. They're not saying that he wasn't as involved as the others. They said he was the first to flip, snitch, gave all the information, so they copped him a plea.
He still gave probation after this?
I would hope.
I'm just saying, like,
I would hope on murder.
If he just going scot free,
Yeah, no,
after
just
that, I'm like, bro,
just getting right back out on the streets is crazy.
I'm like, that's all they give for murder these days.
I mean,
I see why niggas getting to it.
keep it 100, Cari, because I mean,
Shit.
if you can remember, Pop's killer is out too. Pop Smoke, if you don't remember, he got released, and that nigga got Pop Smoke died after XXXTentacion, and that nigga got out like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And that nigga was doing interviews.
I was gonna say he was on IG Live.
My thing, he shicey on smoking backwoods, fresh out of jail.
I think he even went live one time after he got jumped. It was crazy.
Oh, they did jump him?
Some of the shit I see on the internet, I'm like, bro, how did I even get here?
Oh, man.
Why am I here?
The streets is a myth. How do niggas like this get out and still be... Never mind. Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just the things you get to do every day on your two legs. Like, this nigga's walking? Oh my God. He still shits
Right.
the regular way?
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. Shitbag that boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, that's the worst thing you could do. Like, don't kill him. Teach that nigga a lesson. Shitbag him.
Yeah, that's nasty.
I'm sorry. Oh, wow. I don't promote anybody being shot into a shitbag.
For the record.
But I don't have too much on this. XXX Tentacion, I do think he was a really good artist, and a couple of his albums I was a huge fan of. That 17 album was amazing to me. But he's not one of mine so much so that I have a deep dive and then something over here. If we were going somewhere else about this, it's why Drake's not in jail. And I don't think you niggas are ready to go there.
You can have a whole episode on that.
Because they said his name in jail, and even the judge didn't want shit to do. They were like, Drake, what the fuck? Get out. Yeah. All right. But moving forward, Cari, we're staying music. Tank versus Tyrese was on Thursday. You had to pick whether you were watching some March Madness, or whether you were watching that Tank Tyrese.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I still had that March Madness on, but I was tuning in on the phone. I was seeing the clips and the live updates. I saw Jamie come out. I saw somebody else that Tank brought out, didn't he?
Jamie came out, Trigger came out.
Trey Songz.
And they loved it. They was fucking with Trey when he came out. You would have thought he never raped. Ooh-wee. That was, I ain't gonna lie, Cari, it was reminiscent because when Trey came out, excuse me, that's why I called him what I called. That was Trigger. Like,
niggas said it was reminiscent.
Like, when he came out, I was like, oh, man. Like, yeah. I felt what the little niggas be calling it aura. I was like, oh, my God, is that Trey Songz aura, nigga? There might have been somebody else that he brought out. I just can't remember. But
missing one person, but I can't remember.
Monica or somebody? Brandy? He brought somebody the fuck out. All in all, I will say I watched this whole thing. This is hands down one of the most entertaining verses I've watched. And I didn't think they would get this entertaining after they burnt out of their ideas. Mm-hmm. But this one was great. Of course, you got TGT minus Genuine. And you know the beef and tifts that have existed amongst that group while they were never able to continue getting these legendary albums. Tank, Genuine, Tyrese, those three together, you would have thought they just made a bunch of Grammy Award winning fucking albums. But these niggas beefed so hard they couldn't get more than one or two of them out. But they got on stage for this. And Cari, I think Tank just monsoon, tycoon, tornado, hurricane, like mudslide.
Yeah, it was like your big brother.
It was a beating.
Just smacking you around your whole life and you could never, get him that one time.
Exactly like that. Yeah. Cari, it was a beating.
Yeah, I know, bro. I did see that.
You saw like in the comments after, like, if you look at some of the popular like platforms, I'm like, oh, Tyrese got it. Tyrese. I don't know what you niggas were watching. Yeah, me and Shorty watched this, and Tank put out hit after hit after hit after hit. Cari, it got down to the point that I didn't know Tank wrote some of these songs. Cari, Oh by Omarion came on. I said, there's no fucking way you wrote that record, nigga. Naked by Marcus Houston came on. Yeah. I didn't. It makes all the sense. But nigga, Tank, you wrote Naked by Marcus Houston? Oh, there was so many. That Aaliyah track came on, like I said.
Yeah, and Tyrese tried to disrespect. That was crazy.
Oh my God. I deserve It Ain't Word. Like all of these songs. Now, Tyrese did have some in the tuck that I forgot he had. Like, he's got some new ones. The Trying to Find My Way Back. Well, that's Tank, actually. Sorry, guys. I'm still calling Tank. I'm trying to think. Tyrese has one of those, I know I messed up over 1,000 times, and I'm sorry. That you even had to deal with me. Oh.
I can't think of it, bro.
Oh, smile. Won't you just smile? Damn, that's crazy.
Can't think of it.
It got to the point where Tank was playing so many hits, Tyrese's hits wasn't hitting the way they were supposed to hit. He played Why You Gotta Act Like That. He could have just shut the fuck up. Like, it got to the point where I was like, hey, look, Tyrese don't have to do nothing else. Tyrese doesn't have to play another song. He can leave the stage. And Tank can really just have a concert for the rest of the night. He had the crowd, he had the ladies, he had all the fucking hits. He had stolen the energy. He was smart talking. He was sweet talking to bitches. I don't have a whole lot more to say besides they both did a great job and it was a win for R&B. But Tank put on a fucking clinic.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly how I thought it would go, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
But not even really, Cari. I thought that Tank was going to beat him. Tank obliterated him. Like, I didn't expect Tyrese to go out and lose that bad. It was horrible. I hate to see it because I love Tyrese as the actor, musician, but like, you not even cut like that. They started talking shit. Like, Tank is telling him, like, look, the reason why you can't do this is because you don't even have enough records to do a tour. He was saying, like, you've actually never even headlined a tour. Like, he's saying this shit out of his mouth. It's disrespectful. I'm getting hurt. But
Go on, nigga. Turtleneck.
it was a good.
You gonna suffocate in his verses.
Oh my gosh. And Tyrese kept changing his outfit.
No.
I don't know why Tyrese just kept changing his outfit.
Oh my God. Them short ass suits, boy.
Man.
Man. It was a good night though, like you said, for
It was a good night.
for R&B. R&B won. I heard Jamie say that as well as he was pulling up beforehand. So like it was dope. And just for the Versus platform, for Apple Music, for that to actually be a moment that was watched, you know, as they competed with March Madness and whatever else people had on to watch that day, I think this was a good showing. And the ones that we've been getting lately has been, you know, obviously some prominent legends in their time, but Versus has been getting it right the last, you know, few showings that they've had. So
I agree.
Shout out to them. That's dope.
Okay. Yes. And here's some of the other people that came out. Cari Hilson came out. Jamie Foxx came out. Sammy came out. There were a few different artists. Jay Valentine came out. I forgot Jay Valentine's brother's name. A lot. He put on a show for real.
Yeah.
I could go on and on. That's probably one of my favorite ones. That Soulja Boy one, it has to be probably my favorite one. This is one though. This is one for sure. Moving on. Usher. Let's talk Usher. We actually never talked. You heard him and JB got into a little
At the
kerfuffle?
Was it the Grammys?
Yeah, it was Jay and Beyonce's Oscar party.
Oscar party. Right.
Yeah, I heard that shit got a little heated.
Yeah, there's a picture. I don't know how real that picture is.
That picture's fake.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at it. I was like, bro, this picture look fake as fuck.
I saw that picture too.
I was like, bro, this picture look fake.
I
couldn't. I just skipped past it, bro. I was like, all right, whatever.
Only reason why I found out it was fake was because I was told there was no photographing from that event that night.
Yeah, and I believe it.
Yeah.
And the way Beyonce looked, it looked like it was a Photoshop picture of her reaction.
I'm thinking like, even if this is a party, all you two niggas, like all you niggas are not this close together at once.
Bro. Like, it'd be little things.
Usher right here. And like one of these niggas had each other hemmed up or some shit. Like
Yeah, I think Justin
had Usher hemmed up.
right. Like, be for real.
Yeah, and Beyonce was looking like, really?
Yeah, y'all not doing this shit at my shit.
Yeah, it was fake. It was entirely fake.
All right, but anyways.
But yeah, this is a totally different story. Usher had an interview as well. I can't remember who this interview was with, but I don't even know why Usher's taking interviews right now. Like, I'm not taking any interviews until I got an album coming out or that nigga's out of jail. Yeah. But they asked him the Diddy questions. Also, I don't know why we don't all give this the Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas,
bro,
like deal, which is, nigga, don't ask me any questions about that.
That's really all I'm gonna say here for this little segment. I'm gonna say two things. The first one being, yes, like in these situations, why are we not coached? Why are we not saying, don't ask me these questions beforehand? Why are we even taking interviews if we have nothing to promote? Right? I agree with you there as well. On the other end, why are we even talking about this shit to begin with? Right? Even if you get coached before and they still bring it up, you still have a right not to answer the question. So in this scenario, this interview, I will say I really don't think what Usher said was that damaging.
I don't either.
Was that negative. This is somebody who's had a mentor-mentee relationship with this person. This is somebody who's had multiple encounters. These guys are peers. These guys are friends.
They live together.
Of course, Usher is going to have positive things to say about Diddy, regardless of what has happened in Diddy's life. That should be a given. You shouldn't even be upset when you hear that. So I'm not upset with what he said. Of course, I expect him to support in aid of Diddy. I'm not mad at that. And again, I don't even think he said anything wrong. If you really play the interview and listen to what he said nothing wrong. Secondly, my last point, Usher. We don't even have to say anything. You could literally just say, I'm not answering that question. Or like you said beforehand, before the interview even starts, we can say, hey, don't ask me questions about X, Y, Z. I'm only saying that to say, like, I hate the fact that shit like this has to be news and people want to be fake mad because y'all really don't care. Like, we
say that a lot, yeah.
I saw somebody like try to say, why is Usher in support of pedophiles? And I'm like, off of this one clip and interview. I'm like, bro, y'all don't even be caring.
Also,
much, bro. Like, I swear y'all don't. I don't get it.
Also, and I'm not sticking my neck out to clear anybody's name. There was never a pedophile like claim in the midst for Diddy. Like it was never pedophile.
Yeah, again, that just be people self-projecting. But yeah, I'm just, these situations, I hate to talk about it. It's annoying because it shouldn't even be like a huge deal. It shouldn't be an article. Of course, Usher or whoever else that was around Diddy that had a relationship or a friendship with Diddy, of course, if they are asked a question and they choose to answer it, of course, they're going to show support for somebody who they had a relationship with. You shouldn't even expect them not to. So again, that's why when people get mad at them, like, you should have expected that. But then Usher, you shouldn't even be answering these questions. It's just stupid to me on both sides all the way around. Then we got to even talk about things like this.
There's a Dave Chappelle stand-up special, the very last one that he did. And he talks about why he won't say negative things about Diddy. And he goes back to that 2018-ish, I think, comedy special that he had, where somebody, like a crazy fan, ran up on stage with a knife. And the guy was looking to harm Dave Chappelle. And the person that came to attack the attacker on stage and save Dave Chappelle's life was Diddy. So he was saying, like, despite all of this that I don't know about, I've never been to any of those crazy Diddy parties. I didn't see any of that stuff. The only thing that I really have a close memory or relationship with him for is saving my life. And y'all want me to open my mouth and bash him about something not only I've never seen, somebody that's never done anything wrong to me my whole life. I couldn't do that. That's not the person I am.
Exactly.
The same thing fits and exists in Usher's instances, which as this guy has done nothing but help put me on, mentor me, help drag me to the forefront of the music industry. Of course, LA did as well, but help put me in a better spotlight, give me tips, and you've been a brother and a friend to me my whole life. My thing is, even if Usher did know something he wasn't supposed to know, he's never going to say that about Diddy because that's his brother and his friend. I agree with you that he should have declined any Diddy questions and that he probably shouldn't have a microphone in front of his face if he's not promoting any new content. But I can't sit here and say that I'm angry at him for what he said. Like you said, he didn't say anything that bad. I know Hollywood and the media and the masses were thinking this was the grand opportunity for Usher to finally hold Diddy accountable. Nigga, what the fuck? I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why y'all thought that was gonna happen.
Like, it's Usher.
Wrong guy.
Just like Jay-Z earlier. I'm Hove.
Yeah, like
it's Usher.
the same thing. And I'm sure Jay-Z was smart enough to decline all Diddy questions.
Of course, yeah. Easily.
Jay-Z wouldn't do that shit either.
And Epstein. You know, going in.
No Epstein questions.
Epstein questions, no Diddy questions.
Yeah.
Or I'm not even sitting down having this conversation with you.
Even in the interview, when he opened it up with that, he never said Diddy's name. He just said, Jay-Z didn't. The interview didn't say Diddy's name. All he said was, I'm glad you got there first so we can get this out right now. Mm-hmm. All Usher had to do was decline the interview or decline those specific questions. And I said the Michael Jordan part because back in that time period that he wanted him off of the Olympic team, all the fucking interviews you walk in, like you can see his before camera footage that says, look, no Isaiah Thomas questions. That's all you have to do.
Yep.
And if they said we can't do that, then I'm not doing your interview. You niggas need me here.
Exactly.
I'm Usher. Which is why I'm sure they happily obliged for Jay-Z. Like, we're going to get the first Hove interview since what? David Letterman?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's crazy. Usher, you got to be better than that. Did he hire his mama back as his manager? Like, I mean, I know he fired her back in the day. Like, did he need her back? You ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Let's stay stupid, Cari. Let's stay stupid.
Stay stupid is crazy.
We're recording on Sunday. Of course, you're getting this on Monday, but Sunday means we are T-minus 2 weeks away from the PGA Masters.
Say that.
The Augusta National Championship.
Say that.
And Tiger Woods has been arrested for driving under the influence.
Yeah, bro. In Florida.
In Florida. This time they suspect that he's under the influence of medication, not necessarily alcohol.
Okay.
But nevertheless, he was arrested on DUI suspicion. He was released that same night.
Yeah.
To our knowledge, there weren't any injuries from Tiger Woods. Yeah. We even got a report that he was back on that course the next day.
Okay.
But what are your thoughts, Cari? Give me thoughts on the event that took place. Mm-hmm. Give me thoughts on where you think this lands his career in the next 2 weeks. Uh-huh. Tell me where you think this lands the legacy of his career.
Okay, yeah. Some great questions there. So let me tell you about how I felt initially at first. I want to be honest and say that initially when the report first came, I got the ESPN alert. I think I may have seen it on X as well. But for the first 15, 30 minutes, bro, I was nervous.
That he was dead?
I was nervous as fuck because there wasn't enough information.
There was no health update, yeah.
There was no update on how he was doing. Yep. I was nervous as shit, bro. I was like, oh, no, not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this, bro. Not tight.
Not 2 weeks like before the Masters.
Not 2 weeks before the Masters. Not the comeback. He just did TGL the day before.
Yeah, he just came back on TGL.
You know, I'm like, bro, not like this. So finally, after, like I said, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, you finally get the report that no injuries were sustained. There may have been another person in the vehicle with him. You've seen the pictures of the car flipped on its side.
It was a turnover crash.
It was a turnover crash. And then you hear the report. It's like, okay, he was arrested, DUI, but he's good. So, okay, I'm like, whew, I could breathe. I'm like, all right, Tiger is good. We just gonna figure out the rest later. The guys are joking. We waiting on that mug shot. We asking about the Masters and if he gonna play. All these questions, right? So he does the night or the few hours. I see the post of him in a car riding out. He looks pissed, by the way, that he had to spend
He looks fucking
amount of time
pissed
in Florida jail. He looks so upset, bro. It's crazy. But to your other question, right, as far as like legacy and what do I think about him, participating, making a comeback and playing in the Masters this year or even just any championship this year. I would say initially I always thought it was kind of far-fetched. I know he had been working to get back. I know that his injuries were even kind of less at this point, and he was damn near on the brink of coming back. I think Tiger's plan maybe was to play in the Masters, and if he still plays in the Masters in 2 weeks, I won't be surprised because I think that was always the plan if he was healthy enough and if he could do it. But moving forward and for Tiger's career and legacy, I don't think this changes anything. Tiger Woods is Tiger Woods, right?
We knew this about him already.
I think for us right now, because we just got into the game of golf more recently, of course we want to be able to watch Tiger Woods because we didn't necessarily get to watch it in his prime. But Tiger is 50 years old plus and really on his way out. So for me, of course, I love and want to see Tiger compete. I want to see Tiger at the Masters, but I'm not so gung-ho on like if he don't participate, I'm not really tripping because I'm like, nigga, he been in the game of golf for 30, 40 years. He's 50. His back barely works. His knees is
You think he's on his way out?
Hell yeah.
I don't think he's on his way out. I think he's definitely, if not next year or the year after, I think he's going to the Tour Champions League.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Okay, I thought you meant like he sits down and doesn't play golf anymore.
No. He definitely does the Tour Championship League. But what I'm saying is I don't have that 100% excitement. Like I want to just watch golf just to see Tiger play. If Tiger plays and shows up, of course, I'm going to be tuned in.
This nigga tripping.
But I'm not today's time looking like I just want to watch golf because I want to see Tiger play. I more want to see the young niggas play today more than I want to see Tiger because I know I may not even get the best showing of Tiger today because he's so old. He's so banged up. If this 20 years ago, of course, I want to watch Tiger. But I'm more excited to watch the true greats of today's time compete in the Masters more than I want to just turn on the TV just because I see Tiger is playing, knowing that Tiger may not even have a good showing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Cari. If Tiger announced that he was playing the Masters, as much as I love him and know that he's going to have a better shot at winning, this shit not even about Scotty no more. Like he has the better shot at winning, but yeah, even at 50, Tiger Woods is the most polarizing like figure in the sport and of it's some would consider all sports. The money draws where he goes. The fans are going to go where he's going. The sponsors are going to go where he's going. Yeah, no, I still think even if he doesn't put on like a 2000 to 2010 Tiger performance, I still think once he or if he were to enter the Masters, his play becomes the most important thing at the Masters to the fans.
I don't disagree.
Okay, yeah,
I don't disagree with that at all. I just think going in,
I really meant like you said you're watching it more for like the younger guys. If Tiger says he's playing, I'm watching that shit for Tiger. I'm honest to God.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna miss a Tiger shot.
We all would, right? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying even if Tiger says I'm playing, even if the Masters give us all this coverage and we have a Tiger camera, if all of these things do come true, I know Tiger is not going to be competing at the level of competition where he may win that bitch. That's why I'm like, I would much rather watch the entire tournament for everybody else for the competition. and not just focus on Tiger, because I don't think Tiger's in the best shape to compete with the Scotties and compete with the Rorys. Of course, golf is any given weekend. I know that, and he can come out and show out. But I'm saying going into the tournament right now.
Yeah, I think Tiger still makes the cut.
Does he win? Nigga, making the cut is one thing. I'm saying, like, on Sunday, is he in that last 5 players? I don't see that.
I don't put my money on him being there on Sunday. But like, Cari, that's not something you can really count out either, because he's still better than 75% of those niggas.
Yeah, bro, but the nigga back don't work.
I won't say it doesn't work. I won't say his back doesn't work.
Like, shit, I hear what you said, and you're not saying nothing wrong, but like, you know, like, Tiger that had his time. It's okay.
No, yeah, and I'm not saying that Tiger's time isn't over with, because it's 2026. But I think that we're overestimating some things. I think we're taking Tiger's injury as like Tiger's back is so bad he can't play, when I really think Tiger has been holding himself off because he doesn't feel like he's playing Tigerish, which he might not ever play again. I think his back might be fine, but he's Nah, Cari, I don't. What makes you think his back is that bad?
Every time he shows up to a tournament and can't finish in the last 5 years, that's what's showing me.
How many is that?
How many is what?
Tournaments that he hasn't finished.
Oh, I don't know, bro. I'm just talking.
I think his back's fine. Not fine, of course. He has an injured back, but I don't think that he has a back that is like, all right, his back is just out there, like just fucking giving out on him.
He can give it a go. And I don't mean it like he's not healthy enough to compete the entire weekend. Like, I definitely think if Tiger shows up and enters himself into the tournament, he thinks he's healthy enough to make it through the weekend, right? I believe that. But all I'm saying again is, like, I just got into the game of golf a year ago, right? Watching it, playing it consistently. With the Masters coming up and all these tournaments, of course I want to see Tiger play. Of course, if I have a chance to watch Tiger play on TV or in person, of course I'm going to go see that, right? But I'm not saying like Tiger is the best in the world, and I'm not even going into these tournaments thinking that Tiger is going to compete to win. If he does, by all means, I just got the greatest show on television. But my approach is not like I'm turning this on and watching this just simply off of Tiger. I want to watch it just because Tiger. Like, no, I want to watch the other niggas hoop.
I've also listened to Tiger say, like, he's not getting in this to have fun. Like, if he's playing to win that motherfucker.
I mean, I bet. Yeah.
I don't know. Just because I think on any given day, outside of the Rory and Justin Rose and Schauffele and Scheffler, I think on any given day he shows up to the court. Not to the court, which is crazy. I think he shows up to the course and beats 90% of the niggas that are playing without even having to be prime Tiger.
Okay.
But back to his DWI or DUI, whatever you want to call it, whatever they classified it as. Where that puts him for me in the 2 weeks when we just talk his actual probability of showing up. Before the DUI, I really think he was getting us to the point. I really think he was just talking us up the last couple of weeks. I think Tiger was pretty sure he was going to play in the Masters and that he was really just teasing us. Guys, I want to be there. I would love to play. And I think we would get there. I do think we've dialed back now from about 80% Tiger enters the Masters down to about 50. Because I think it's 50-50 because he can go out there, Cari, and if he feels comfortable, go on and put on a Tiger performance. Or he can not qualify or do poorly, and they're going to blame drugs.
Yeah.
That's where it goes 50-50 because, Cari, You know how them white folks gonna do him. Oh my God, he's on drugs.
His back hurt. Shit, he's painkiller.
Yeah, but Cari, as soon as you say the word painkiller, you automatically start thinking painkiller addiction. Is he addicted to the painkillers?
Yeah.
So
I seen them eyes. them look like painkillers.
boy, you was high. That nigga was high.
Them look like prescription drug eyes right there.
That's the eyes they tell you not to operate heavy machinery.
Yeah, fact.
And you went and operated some of the heaviest machinery.
No, literally, bro. Like, cause again, I'm just post-op a month ago. Like, they literally tell you,
yeah,
you can't drive. You gotta have a driver with you. This nigga left surgery and got behind the wheel. Like, what are we doing?
Was that it? Surgery?
No, I'm just talking.
I was like, no
funny.
way.
I'm just being funny.
I was like, and this nigga's playing?
Nah, I'm just being funny, bro.
But yeah, no, you could see eyes dilated.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, I think it takes his scale back or his percentage of playing back down to maybe 50%.
Okay. That announcement gotta come soon.
Does it, Cari?
2 weeks? Do you wait till the week of or the week before?
The week before. I think the week before. This is the thing.
That would be this week, though. Right?
Yeah, it would be this week. If you ask me, Cari, he still plays the tournament. But I don't see. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not. But hearing reports of him already back on course, him seeming unscathed from this shit. I think if he wanted to show himself as strong, he would play.
Okay.
I think if he wanted to show himself as like, I don't have a fucking problem, he plays.
Okay. We'll see.
Yes, no. Does he play, Cari? It's so on the fence because we've seen him play after shit like this before.
Yeah, I'm going to just say yeah.
And I said to the group, Cari, the last nigga to DUI before the Masters.
That wasn't even the case, but yeah.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not the same. The last nigga to DUI this shit, he walked home with a green jacket, Cari. Scotty Chef took home that green jacket.
And it was after he already won. That's what I'm saying.
No, it was second round. Second round during the Masters. He hadn't took home the green jacket yet. He had won a Masters before. But no, he copped this during.
I thought it was.
Nah.
When he got arrested. Has he been arrested more than once?
Maybe so, but no, he got arrested during the Masters tournament.
Oh, okay.
And that's what J Hamp was talking about. Got arrested second round in the morning and then shot a 66 that day.
Yeah. I just didn't know it was the Masters.
During the Augusta National Tournament. And won that bitch. Scotty a different nigga though. He's not actually, Cari. You know what? Fuck it, he plays. I'm calling Scotty different. I'm calling Scotty different for winning a greenie.
Green.
And Tiger ain't different.
All right.
Fuck it, give it to him.
All right. This out the mud. We got Rashad McCants.
Y'all seen Tiger drive the ball? He's a butter stick. I'm sorry.
Oh, bro. I'm
All
good,
right.
man.
All right, man. I'm sorry. That was all for me. I hope he plays.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's our last topic. We don't have any more. That's going to take us into episode 411, and we will see you guys on Thursday. I'm Roderick.
I'm Cari.
All right, man. Let's get out of here.